Till 30 minutes.
Oh, Ekin. Ekin.
We're
Hello?
about to start, so welcome everyone to today's game of Old School Dungeons and Dragons. My name's Ike and I'll be your guide into this game of Dungeons and Dragons, right? So we'll start with preparations. We don't have too many people today, but we should be alright. We'll get some retainers, and if you guys are interested, we'll get some retainers. Otherwise, we'll start with some preparation, and then Kiri, what's your question?
I was gonna ask if I could learn all of the spells Angelo currently has in his.
It costs money to
Um,
add spells to your book. Even if you have an instructor, you still have to pay a fee because adding spells is still considered a magical process, right? It's not just like simply copying it. There's magic behind it. So
Mm.
if you have magic to spend, you can
um,
copy those spells over to your book.
how much would it cost?
It should cost around half as much, so maybe around 50 silvers per first level spell you want to add in a week. It might cost around
Ooh.
there. So
Oh, you changed that too, Ekin?
well, that's actually the standard. It's supposed to be like that.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, I thought I
Yeah.
would have been able to copy the spells since I can read magic, but okay.
you can read magic through his book and memorize spells from his book, but to reproduce it, because to copy a spell from nothing typically costs in the standard rules 1,000 silvers to copy, or 1,000 gold to copy a spell
Yeah.
that you lost or trying to
Mhm.
reproduce. Now, if you already have the material, it might cost less naturally, like maybe half as much instead. So, and if you have a mentor, an instructor to teach you, help you um, create the spell, do some magical research, then it'll cost even less. So,
So, okay. So I could, if I, before we go into the dungeon, I say I want to prepare darkness or light,
so typically
then
how it
I
would
could.
go is you can memorize spells from his book, right? If you
Yeah.
use read magic, you'll be able to read his spells and memorize from his book. But he has to lend you his book so that you can memorize it, and then you would give it back so you can memorize his own spells. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Mhm.
But to create a
Yeah.
second copy is gonna be costly.
All right.
Mhm. Being a mage is expensive now because their powers come at a cost.
So you could still share spells prior to the adventure starting, naturally. It's just you have to have read magic and the other characters be willing to borrow you their spell book so that you may memorize spells from their book.
Yeah. I have read magic and detect magic, so
Mhm.
I got the
So yes,
recommended.
you can probably already understand the spells in Angelo's book, and you can memorize spells from them.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
just only one person can read through the book at a time, naturally. So
So with read magic now, it'll still take a couple adventures to gain up the silver to copy down
add
spells naturally.
books to your own book, or add spells to your own book. Yeah, of course.
Mhm. But yeah, if you want to do that, Kyria, I'll gladly lend you my spell book. You can just teach me read magic once we have the sufficient silver. But for this adventure, yeah, you can go and do it.
Okay.
All right. So is that it? All right. We're gonna get back to preparation.
All right.
But when you say you're gonna play as Angelo for this one,
Yep.
all right. From your last adventure, Angelo made 12 silvers.
Mhm.
So he's at 14.7.
Okay.
Do you have any
Um.
preparation?
Mm, does anyone here have torches? details, Martin?
Looking at it, I don't think I have them.
Okay. I'll buy torches and I'll put them in my cart.
Do you have a tinderbox?
Yeah, and I'll buy a tinderbox.
Okay, was that it?
Yeah, that'll be all.
How
Alright,
much money do you have?
Currently I'd have 12.7, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how much. We can do retainers and stuff after everyone's done their prep.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
tallies.
just thinking.
Let's see. After your last adventure, you made 12 silvers as well. Alright, so let's see. Find your sheet. Do you have any preparations? Tallies.
Curie,
Yes.
Your tallies, right?
Yes.
Do you have any preparations?
Let me see. Um, we have torches. Got a sling, heavy band, sand, spear, pouches. I let's see. Hmm. No, no preparations.
Okay.
You said that I can't copy down his spellbook, right?
You can't unless you can pay for it. We've already discussed that.
Yeah, you can memorize my spells, but you can't copy it. It costs money.
Okay. How long would it take for me to so if we were to go into a dungeon, could I memorize a spell out of his spellbook uh and then give him back his spellbook?
You would do it prior to going into the dungeon, of course.
And then I would give him back his spellbook, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure once you memorize it, you have it until you memorize a different spell, then you lose it.
Yep,
Okay.
or you cast it.
or if you use it.
Yeah, or you cast it.
All right. Just wanted to clarify, sorry.
Alright then. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Bart, do you have any preparations? You
No,
also
he's not here.
got
Yeah,
12
he's
silvers.
not here.
Okay.
We can skip over him till he gets back.
If
Alright. And then Martin, you have 8.2
no
silvers.
preparations.
Nice. Alright, and we'll recruit or hire some retainers since you're less than 6 to 8. We'll do a quick hire since, we're at less than 6 to 8. No negotiations. If you want to negotiate, you can wait after we get the free retainers, like freely negotiated retainers. So there's still the two from last week you can bring back into your party. It's Cadmos and Matt Deer. Matt the Deer. So
Yep.
they'll ask for they no longer require a down payment because they've already been with your party once, or at least they don't require down payments from the ones who recruited them. So I believe that they were a part of Martin's party last week, so they're okay with just
Yep.
adventuring without a down payment since they've already been insured. Um, so for the most part, they've been insured and they're confident in this party. So in that case, they'll only require half a share, a silver a day, and accommodations, of course. Do you guys wish to hire both Cadmos and Matadir? So Cadmos the veteran and Durin veteran Matadir.
Yep.
what are their character
Okay.
sheets?
Dwarf, with 8 HP and fighter with 16 strength.
That's good. Oh yeah, Nax is back by the way.
Yep, what's up, Beacon?
Alright, one moment. We're recruiting some retainers and we'll get you ready
Oh,
as well. Alright, Cadmos is wearing a heavy gambeson, his clothes, he's got his spear slung over his shoulder, a heavy shield, a helmet, and a sword at his belt. He spent most of his gains last week on equipment. Matadir did something similar. He bought the mail halberd to go over his heavy gambeson. That's pretty much it. Alright, let's see. So that would bring our party size to 5, and with Bart it should be 6. Let's see. Alright, in that case, let's get Bart ready.
I am ready.
Oh, you have no preparations?
Um, the only thing I want to do is buy a the best Gambison that I can for 12 silvers.
Okay. We'll say then you can purchase, let's see, 2 times 5 is 10. Either a master gambeson for 10 silvers or a heavy gambeson for 4 silvers.
Get the heavy one. It's cheaper.
Yeah, I'll take the heavy.
It should leave you enough for a helmet too.
And do you want a helmet too?
Might as well throw it in.
Okay. Total cost is 9 silvers, so leaves you 3.
Yep, leaves me with 3.
It's good.
Nice. Alright. You have 6 members now. You can have up to 8 more or 2 more retainers for free. You also have to pay them, of course, but these retainers will have a down payment of how many silvers, to insure their equipment, and then of course a silver a day and a half share. Do we want additional retainers, or are we good with our party size of 6?
Can we do the same thing we did last time? Like the night before? That we paid them 2 silvers and a half share?
That was only because you guys were limited on money, so usually
Oh,
that
okay.
won't slide, right? What is rare, so because
How about we uh do you guys want to go to the mines?
and if we don't want retainers like that, you can also get some cheaper ones without negotiation, including men at arms or non-combatants or normal humans. Normal humans are the cheapest. They're just like a beggar in the streets who has nothing but the clothes on his back, pretty much. Can carry a torch, can carry anything you give them,
Mm.
right?
Oh yeah, we can hire a torchbearer if you guys want to do that.
Do you guys want to go to the mines?
Uh, it'd be on average 3 silver for safe travel per person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're gonna have to come back if we do next session. We'll have to come back. Or
If
well,
we make money, we can just come back and they're gonna cost you 3 silver to come back.
yeah, I guess if you guys want to do that. But I mean, there's still chances to find treasure at Stonehill. There's still a lot of we can still search a lot of rooms. It just depends on if you want to do it, Sorog. Then I'll go along with you unless anyone else wants to do something else.
Well, let's do the stone hall. Fuck it. Yeah. How much money do you have, Boomer?
12.7.
How much money do you have, Kiri? Kiri?
Sorry, I believe I have 12 silver. Let
Want
me
to get
check.
2 more retainers?
At 12
So we
silver.
have higher chances.
So we got the option of normal men, non-combatants, men at arms, and first level characters. Those are 4 different options.
Yeah, so I'll go hire a torchbearer. Like a non-combatant.
Alright, the non-combatant torchbearer. In that case, this one he costs 5 silver for down payment. He comes with a set of clothes and a bag, torches, and a tinderbox. Let's see, that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So fully equipped torchbearer, 5 silvers is his down payment. You can pay after the adventure, but you have to promise him 10 then.
If we already have torches in a tinderbox, can we just provide him with some already?
He's
He
not
already
worth
has it.
it.
Oh, he already has it.
Do you mean to purchase
Uh,
or hire a normal man who has nothing?
yeah.
Okay, and then you can equip him
I'm sorry.
yourself. So, a
Hmm?
normal man for a non-combatant role costs 1 silver just to ensure his clothing, which costs 1.
Mm.
He
Mm-hmm.
requires 1 silver a day for his non-combatant role.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Is
go
that
into
fine?
town and
Alright, so
that's
you
fine.
like hire, like a homeless man or like a unemployed, you know,
Yeah.
person who has nothing to their name pretty much except the clothes on their back. So,
Mm.
his name is you found someone in your village. His name is Helge or Helge. It's Halge. You found
Mm-hmm.
him in this worst, time. He's just like a beggar in the streets. But you can bring him up, raise him to become a very powerful adventurer.
Mm-hmm. How much like XP does it take for like a retainer to go to a adventure level?
Typically, 1 experience. If they spend one money on toward like their adventuring career, um, toward XP, then they'll level up to first level.
Mm.
But they have
But
to
that takes
survive one
time.
adventure at least
Mm-hmm.
before that happens.
So if this guy survives the adventure, I might be able to give him enough to turn into a
Mhm.
river. Oh, nice. Okay. But yeah, I'll go ahead and hire him for 1 silver down payment, and I'll provide him with the torches and
An
the
adventurer
box.
means he must not just go out to just do nothing. He has to take some type of risk and win some type of reward that equals an adventure. So
Mm-hmm. I'll
typically
just offer it
includes
to him
travel
after
as well.
yeah,
All
after
right,
the adventure. I'll see how he's feeling.
you want to pay him 1 silver for the down payment,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and your character is Angelo, right?
Mm-hmm. Angelio or Angelo,
Angelio.
either way.
How much AC do you have, Angelia?
How much what?
AC.
AC. I have a helmet and a gambeson, but my dex is 8, so that makes my 8 AC 8.
All right, so you're giving
Oh.
Held your torches and tinderbox.
Mm-hmm.
What is he gonna use to carry it?
Well, I'm gonna wait till we get to the dungeon, then we'll just light one and hand it to him.
Okay, so you carry it on your person. You're saying
Yeah, in the cart.
on the cart. Okay,
Yeah, he
all right,
could.
that's fine.
Is he willing to drive the cart also?
If he drives the cart will be under his name, unless it's just you can have him drive it temporarily, I guess. But
Yeah. I'll get if he. I'll give him an extra silver. I'll offer him an extra silver if he uh drives it temporarily.
I mean, he will perform one role at a time. So while you're traveling, you can be the cart driver, and then in the dungeons, you can be the torchbearer.
Oh,
So
okay.
you don't really carry a torch in the wilderness unless it's night. So
Hmm. And
as
besides,
long
I'm
as
a
he's only
mage.
performing one role at a time.
Yeah. And besides, I'm a mage. I only really need my hands to be effective.
All right, so you hire him as a cart driver for the first part of the adventure, and then a torchbearer for the second part.
Hmm.
You paid him 1 silver. All right, do we need any more retainers?
I suggest we get one more, the adventurer, or at least a combatant.
Okay, who will hire? Because both fighters are currently the dwarf and the fighter are hired by House Sorog, so they're under House Sorog right now.
Hmm.
Sorog will be responsible for making sure they get paid. Or
Yeah,
you hired them, right?
okay. I thought they were party retainers.
They are, but you're in charge of making sure they get paid from the party.
Ah, okay.
Like
Okay,
they're under
okay.
your leadership. They have your morale check and stuff.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'll look. I'll look. Since I should have more silver, I'll look for a demi-human combatant.
You can't freely find a demi-human combatant. You have to negotiate for that.
Yeah.
Get a get a
Or
get a normal adventurer, like level 1 adventurer.
okay. I'll do that, Aiken.
I'll see if any are available first.
Hmm.
We'll just roll one up. Then it's definitely available. So
Hmm. Oh, yeah, I have a question about races. Are all dwarves like fighters, or all not adventuring dwarves? Or are they just like normal men?
non-adventuring dwarfs,
Yeah.
similar. They're the dwarf in the monsters section,
Oh, all right.
typically. If they're encountered in the wilderness, if they're living among humans and they count as normal men.
Okay. Oh, does the health change apply to halfling, like monster halflings?
Yeah, have hit dice
D3?
because they're small.
Mm-hmm.
Just like all
Because
the
it
goblins
was
have a -1 because they're small.
it was 1d6 1 for original halflings, right? Monster halflings.
Yeah,
Adventuring
one d
halflings
six.
usually had a d6, and
Okay.
monster halflings had 1d8.
All right. I'll go ahead and save any questions because I don't want to interrupt too much.
Bart, you okay with being in the first rank?
I guess. I mean, 2 hit points. I won't last that long anyway. So
Ooh.
Right. You're offered a first level character. He's gonna join you for the price of 13 silvers. He is a first level cleric.
13 silvers.
Yes, you can pay it after for 26 silvers down payment, or you can pay it now. He's also willing to take half the down payment and get the other half later, if but then of course if that's the case, he'll want a little extra near the end since he's not getting paid outright. So in that case, it'll be 50% more expensive instead of double. So basically, if you pay it after the adventure, it will cost 26 silvers. If you pay it at least half of it now, then you could pay um, the other half later with an addition of half the amount doubled, so or added to it. So it'd be either 26 after the adventure, or 13 now and 20 later, or 13 now, or no, sorry,
Yeah.
6 now and 13 later, right? Or 26 later and none now, or 13 now and no extra payment later. So
How much do you need?
13
If
to
we
hire
could
him.
all, yeah, we could all pitch in like 13 to hire
Yeah.
him right now. 13 divided by 4.
Well, you can have my 3 silvers. That's all I got.
Yeah,
We could
let's
all,
everybody use 3 silvers.
yeah, we could all pitch in 3. That'd be, and then I'll
And
pay
he'll
the
be your
extra.
party cleric, which will keep you alive from any undead, pretty much.
Hmm?
So,
Yeah, we'll do that.
alright, who's paying how much?
I'm giving up my last 3 silvers, Ekin, so I'll be at 0.
Okay,
I'll give up 4.
alright, that's 7.
I'll give up 3.
Okay, so that's 10. But we need 13.
Kiri, Kiri, can you pitch in
Kiri's
3?
gonna Kiri's gonna give him most of the.
That'll be in exchange for memorizing my spells. How about that? Kiri.
Hello? Yeah. Sorry. Give me a
Can
second.
you? Mm,
Angela, you said 2, right?
I only have 12 silver, by the way.
yeah.
So
Angela, how much
I
did
was
you
pitch,
put?
Give 3.
4.
4, okay.
Yeah, pitch in 3 for a retainer, and that'll be the charge for memorizing my spells. How about that?
So 4, 3,
okay,
and
I
3,
can
that's
pitch in 3.
10. And then Tally's puts 3 in. Okay, so that should be enough. Alright, your retainer will cost 1 silver a day as well, and half a share for the first level cleric.
Yep.
Alright, that will be it for preparations then. Go ahead and
Yep.
take a 5-minute break, and then from there we'll start the adventure.
Can you post them in
Okay.
records?
So that's -3 from my.
I
Yeah.
can't post them in records, I draw them on paper. So,
Okay. Can you tell me what he has on him? Because you only told me his cost.
I put down the marching order and note. Actually, I'm gonna post it to discussion to roleplay.
Yeah, do that. I'll be second rank.
No, you're gonna be third rank.
Oh, you're
We
just
have 2
playing.
fighters and a torchbearer.
Remember, we have to bring a cart along too. So where's the cart gonna go?
What?
We have a cart with a Ramsey.
So
We
are
don't
we
need
going
it.
to the Goblin Caves?
No, we need to bring the
No, we
cart
don't
just
have
in
money
case.
for that.
We're
We don't have
we
money. We're not going to the
No,
Goblin Caves.
no, we're going
no,
to
we don't have money.
Stonehill.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Where?
So
I was
here,
asking you like 10
so
times if you want to go there. You didn't answer.
Oh, I didn't hear. Sorry.
we're going to Stonehill,
Uh,
and
we have
Sword,
2
I can't leave.
fighters. We have 6 attacks in first and second rank. 7 actually. And we're
Well, we
gonna
need
be
the
just doing
cleric.
the dirty work.
We need the cleric in second rank.
He's
Yeah.
expensive as fuck. I expect him to have at least some armor, so he's gonna be first rank. Or do you want to go first rank? Because only dwarf would be there.
I'm saying we have in the front we should have a demi. We have a torchbearer too. Don't forget that.
It's in roleplay. Check it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. No, the cleric should be in second rank because the cleric
Who's gonna be in first rank
fighter.
with two hit points and literally almost no armor?
Well, if Bart's willing.
Bard has 2 HP.
What about the other fighter? The one with 6 hit points.
Also 2 HP.
Dang, that's cold. I mean, I got more hit points than them if you want to put me on the front. Put me in, coach. Put me in.
No, leave
Do you
me
want
up
to go
front,
first rank?
man. Leave me up front, man. Leave me up front.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to.
Let the fighters fight.
He's gonna die. I don't want Dax to die.
Yeah. So I'm in the cart. I have to bring it because we don't have a place to store it. We don't have a base of operations. If I leave it in town, it's gonna get stolen.
Can't you pay for someone to guard it? Like get a beggar
With
for
a beggar's not gonna. A beggar is probably gonna steal it because a cart's worth. They'll probably steal it
We
and
could
sell it.
go to the goblin caves.
where you can
We
use is
we were we were
listen.
talking about it. We were
You
talking
can get
about during prep, but you weren't here, Carrie, and so we just chose stone.
a freaking combatant that's gonna guard
Is
it,
it
and
too
it's
late
gonna
for
be
us to change our
no.
minds?
We
Yes,
haven't set out yet, so we could still. If you
Yeah,
guys are
but
want
if the Goblin Caves is another town, we have to pay 3 silvers to get there. I don't have a.
retainers and the retainers, we have to pay the retainers like a silver a day.
yeah,
So
27 silver. Kiri,
that's not gonna.
24 silver.
I have 9 silver
crazy.
left.
Yeah,
You're
so
crazy. Not gonna be happening. That's not gonna happen. If we get retainers, remember we're still paying them a day, every day, and it's gonna be like
it'll
a
be
week's
7 silver.
It's gonna be like a week's travel or something.
Yeah,
So get ready to pay like 30, 40 silver.
Depending on how much money we make out of this,
There's no point in going to the
we could break
mine.
even.
We're pretty much all level 1 characters. If we die, we die.
yep.
You know, you got do it to the best you can. So you can't no more. But do you want to scout ahead, Sora? Because you have a halfling.
Yep, sure.
Yep. I say we swap Bart and the cleric because he just said he wanted to be in first rank,
Um,
and then
here's the thing. Listen, if cleric dies, we lose 1 attack. If bard dies, we lose 2 attacks.
Bart wants to be in first rank.
We're gonna lose 2 attacks. We're gonna lose 1 more attack.
Do they have missile weapons?
Bart wants to be in first rank. How many hit points does the cleric have?
We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing is, a fighter fights better than a cleric. So most of the time, if it's a cleric has an average of 3 hit points. On average, the average hit from a monster will kill the cleric. So, but if we have a
He's probably
fighter,
gonna have more HP than bard.
if we have a fighter, I know they'll have higher, but maybe. But if we have a fighter that has 2 attacks, there's a decent chance we'll kill whatever's trying to kill us before it kills the fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if we meet orcs, they're gonna come one by one. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So would you rather have multiple orcs swarm a cleric or multiple orcs swarm a fighter?
I would rather lose a cleric than a fighter, because fighter has more chances of killing something, and we have higher chance of surviving. The longer fighters stay alive, the higher chance we have of surviving.
Same thing goes for cleric. If you're going undead, then we either gonna have to hack and slash or
Probably after our first encounter, we just gonna go home.
All right. I'm still thinking we have such a small party. I think we just go to Stonehill and we search.
Yeah.
We have
Right.
we have 6 to 8, but
It's
all
been about 5
rotating.
minutes, so we're gonna move into the adventure. So this week it is currently the middle of July of year 12 in our campaign. And seated at the tavern in the village of Slaveria are the adventurers Angelo or Angelio the Medium, Dalius the Medium, Bart the Veteran, and Halfling Veteran Martin. Along with their retainers, we have three first level retainers. There is Canmos the Veteran and Dwarf Veteran um, Matadir, along with our new cleric companion. Let's see. It's an acolyte, and his name is Trent the acolyte. And last but not least is our torchbearer we recently hired as a non-combatant. His name is it Helge or Helge?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll
What's
go over the equipment, and then after that, you guys can discuss your goal for the adventure, course of travel, and party organization. So then we'll set out for the adventure. But before that, let me describe to you what everyone has, give you an idea. You're seated at the tavern around the large wooden table. It's got food and drinks over it, and nicely dimly lit candles. Smells nice. It's a quiet evening in the tavern. Music plays in the background, and you've heard rumor of adventurers continuing their attempt against Fort Stonehold, but most expeditions have failed to ever even start, or in fact, many fail to even get to Fort Stonehold. Instead, many are attacked along the road there in the western plains, the plains west of here, between the village of Slaveria and Fort Stonehill. There have been many sightings of orc warbands and attacks. Most attacks have been successful. The adventurers up against the orcs have been able to survive most of the fighting. It's just been small skirmishes of small orc warbands, but the numbers continually seem to be increasing. There have been more and more sightings every week. So perhaps perhaps they are being reinforced or something, or perhaps we might be able to continue to push them back further and further back into the west, away from Silveria. But the orcs remain quite strong in numbers, it seems. They don't seem to be doing too well though in combat. Alright, seated at your table, the first of you, let's see, we'll go over Angelo's equipment. So, Angelo the Medium, he is sitting here with wearing his spellbook at his belt. Um, and then, he came to the tavern this evening and parked out in the stable his cart and his roundsy, which had been carrying a chest in the cart and additional supplies. He also wears a scroll case on his belt, a set of clothes, his gambeson armor, a sling over his shoulder, short bow at his waist, and a quiver in case. He has a empty pouch. He has a backpack. Um, he wears a helmet. Currently, it's on the table. There's a 50-foot long rope also hanging around his neck, across his body, right over his shoulder. And then there's also a mace hanging from his belt. All right, so that's Angelo. Next, there's Talis. You see Talis the medium. He comes decently equipped, I suppose. Alright, let's see what he is. Alright, Talis is wearing a set of clothes. He has his heavy gambeson on. At his belt, you can see a sling and a bag of stones. He wears a satchel around him. There's a spear slung over his shoulder. He has a masterwork helmet, very fancy helmet. Also on his belt is a broken hand axe, and then he has two empty pouches, and then his bookcase on his belt holding his spellbook / Talus. Then there's Bart the veteran, who is wearing a heavy gambeson, very large. Gambeson covers it goes all the way down to his knees. He's wearing a helmet. He's got I don't know how he's carrying 10 torches, but he has 10 torches wrapped in a bundle. Maybe he just carries them in his arms. He has a tinderbox on his belt. Slung over his shoulder is a shield. At his belt also is a sling and bag of stones. And also on his shoulder with the shield is a spear and he's wearing a set of clothes. Bart, you have no way to carry 10 torches, so unless you put them somewhere, you're going to be carrying them in your arms throughout the adventure.
Can I put them in the cart?
Yes, you could. Is that okay with you,
Okay.
Angelo?
Mm-hmm.
Right,
So there's
20
20 torches in
torches.
the cart.
Yeah.
Mm.
Alright, they'll be under his name then, under Angelo.
Mm. Couple more supplies and we'll have the Oregon Trail right here.
Hmm. Alright, next is Martin. Martin's character, or this character. He is wearing a gambeson. It looks quite larger than him because he's only about 3 feet tall. He has a helmet which completely encases his head since he's only 3 feet tall. Um, it's got the large rope also, right, 50-foot long rope, a hook hanging from his belt, an empty sack folded up and hanging from his belt, a quiver of 12 arrows, and his short bow. Looks like a longbow on him because he's so small, and a set of clothes. Um, let's see, that's pretty much it. Your retainers, on the other hand, if you must know, the torchbearer has only the clothes on his back, right? That would be Helja. And then Gadmos is wearing he's got a heavy shield at the back of his chair. He wears a helmet,
So
a heavy
does the
gambeson.
fighter?
Yeah, this is Gadmos the veteran fighter. And he also has a spear slung over his shoulder, a sword at his belt. The dwarf Matadir wears a set of heavy gambeson armor. Slung over his shoulder or at the back of his chair is his shield and spear. He has at his waist his short bow and quiver of 10 arrows. He has a bag of 10 torches, tinderbox, and over his mail or over his gambeson is his mail halberd. Oh, one second, I'm getting a phone call. Hello?
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I'm at a D&D game right now. Yeah. These last quite a while. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it in today. Okay, yeah, thank you. Bye. Alright.
How dare they steal away our Egan?
Yeah, there are just some people that are trying to sell me a car, and I can't even drive yet. So, like, I can't drive out here. It's a car for me to have when I get back to the States, but I might not even go back to the States after this. So I'm like, I'm not sure if I even want to buy a car. So
Are you gonna stay in Japan?
I might just stay in Japan. Yeah, after this. So
All right.
I don't really see
Sorry, I
the
can't
reason to
buy a
buy a
car.
car out there.
Yeah,
Plus,
I
like, they're
can't buy
trying
a
to sell
car,
me
sir.
a
I'm playing
20,000
D&D.
car, thousand car, like a brand new car. Like, bro, I'm not gonna buy that. I'm probably gonna buy a cheap used car. So
Yeah.
when I get back.
Buy a motorcycle here. Or
Mm.
there.
Out here in Japan,
Yeah.
I might actually.
No, no, no. I'm not out I just instinctually say out here.
Yeah.
Cause, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
from here.
You could get
Yeah.
one of those tiny cars you can to where you can barely like fit in it, like one of those clown cars.
Yeah, I mean, I
What?
might just get a normal car because I do want to like, just like live a life normally out here. A motorcycle wouldn't be bad either though. But I've never driven a motorcycle before. So
Mhm.
Motorcycles are good. They get you through a lot of streets in Japan. You'll notice that, like passing through Saitama, like you can't. It's kind of difficult to traverse. unless you're in a motorcycle
Mhm.
or if you're in a small car.
Can we continue with prep though?
Yeah.
Or not prep?
So next there's Trent, the acolyte. He wears self clothes, a symbol around his neck, and leaning against his chair is his crossbow, his quiver or case of 7 quarrels. He has a spear slung over his shoulder, a sack, folded sack on his belt, and or no, it's not folded. It's filled with some supplies. There's 3 candles and a tinderbox in there. That's it. So that's
Mhm.
your party this evening. We've gone over
How much?
equipment.
How many hit points does Trent have?
He has 5 hit points.
Ooh. And what's his wisdom?
16.
Oh,
Very wise boy.
alright.
But
Help us
everything
find
else
some
he's not
treasure.
very good at. He's not very strong. He's not very quick. And he's not very tough.
Can you go ahead and just give me his stats?
If you need to know them, it's 8, 9, 16, 8, 8, 9.
Damn.
Okay.
That's all. That's his strong suit. He can
Yeah, thank
help
you
us
again.
find treasure.
A good eye.
Yeah,
All right.
a good eye should never be underappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what is your plan for this week? What's your goal?
We plan to set out and travel to Fort Stonehill.
Okay, usual course of travel. You want to use the road, take you to the main entrance,
If
or some
we
other way.
if we were to if we were to go to the mines, would it how
Mines.
much would it
No
cost us?
mines. No mines.
Yeah. We
Just
don't have
out
a
of
rogue
curiosity.
though.
We didn't have
Remember that.
money. 24 silver for one-way trip.
Mhm. Did you guys discover the entrance
Uh,
to the cave last time? Did you guys rediscover it?
No, we didn't get there.
Okay. Do we have a thief in case the ladder is not there?
I have hook and a rope.
Okay. All right. We're gonna be setting out.
Okay, so then, let's see. Use your course of travel, and then, did you want to organize your party?
Yep, we have a marching order already. It's in
It's in
the
roleplay.
roleplay.
Let me
Sorry,
write it
it's
down.
in. Yep. Wait, hold up. Bad marching order. The second one I'm posting right now. Yep, like this.
can I quickly buy a longbow? You can.
Wait, let me do my own notes.
Okay.
Yeah, we already did prep.
Alright, you want a longbow? Do you want
Yes.
arrows too?
Yes.
Alright, next time do us during prep if you can.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
see.
sorry. I forgot I wasn't poor. And I didn't realize. So it's gonna be 5 silver, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 silver for the bow. I'll get 20 arrows actually. So it'll be six
That's more.
silver.
10 is more than enough.
10 is more than enough. Go 5,
Yep.
I guess. Martin advises
I
me
just
that 10
wrote
is more
20
than enough.
already. Well, okay.
Oh,
You, yeah, please try to be concise, because every time I make a change I have to erase it, so, or like, know exactly what you want. Let's see. Do you want 20 or do you want 10?
let's do
Keep
10.
20.
Oh my
Okay.
god. No, I've decided 10.
Okay. Alright, let's begin our travels westward.
Can we do the equipment first?
Oh, sure. So, Angelo,
Um,
where are you standing in the marching order?
I'm gonna be in third rank.
And what do you want to equip?
I want to equip my short bow
Thank you.
and just have a open hand for, well, not really open hand, but
Alright, and Dallas, what's your position?
Third rank, I believe.
And then what
yep.
would you like to
Back up
equip?
one. I'd like to equip my longbow.
Okay, and then Bart, where do you stand?
I will be
First
in the
rank.
front. Yeah, first rank.
And what would you like to equip?
I would like to have my spear and shield ready.
Okay, Martin,
Short bow.
what's your position?
Third.
And then Cadmos.
That's fighter. Second rank. Spear, shield.
Okay, and then Matadir.
Spear, shield first.
And Trent.
He has a spear, I
He does have a
believe.
spear, he also has a crossbow.
Spear and it's a no. Spear and a symbol.
Second, okay.
Yep, second.
And then Helge.
The torch, second rank.
Alright, let's begin. During the march, Helge will be in charge of driving the cart. The rest of you will be marching on foot most likely, or riding your horses if you have one. Let's see. A few hours across the western plains calls for the chance of an encounter still. It is still considered a day of travel, despite it only being a few hours out in the western plains. And of course, we have to confirm if the rumors of orc sightings have been or will be true this week as well. Alright, no orcs were spotted in the western plains, no monsters were encountered during the march into the mountains. After a few hours of marching across the western plains, you make it into the footholds of the mountains which stretch uh, far to the west. But the road continues northwest into the mountains along a river. Do we want to continue along the road or something else?
we'll
Yes.
continue on the road.
And I'd love to go 60 feet in the front.
At this point, you're gonna split from your party and scout ahead, 60 feet ahead. So
Yes.
soon Martin disappears and has disbanded from your party, right? He is scouting ahead as a separate party. Will Martin go alone?
Yep, I'm gonna go alone.
Alright, so the rest of you will just march along at the same rate. Martin will be 60 feet ahead. At any point, if there's something sighted up ahead, Martin will be the first to maybe see it and might be able to report back to the rest of you or prepare further. But Martin, you are going to be marching 60 feet ahead of the party as a scout.
Mm-hmm.
And through the mountains, you march this summer day in the middle of July. It's a warm summer day. The sun is hot on your backs. It's a very intense heat right now. Just a clear blue sky and the water just continuing to flow down um, the river valley. And eventually, you are able to see in the distance the stronghold embedded in the mountainside up ahead. This is for Martin only. So Martin, at a safe distance, you can see you're now approaching Fort Stonehold. Do you want to continue this way?
I'm gonna. I can already see the entrance.
You can see it in the distance. You're a safe distance away.
Oh yeah, I'll continue.
Alright, you're maybe 120 meters. Okay, so you continue marching up road and you're
No,
continually
30 feet.
approaching.
I'm 30. I'm 60 feet in front of them. That's 20 meters.
I said you're 120 meters from the stronghold.
Oh yeah. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so um, you march how far up to the stronghold? All the way to the base of it, or Is there a point you want to stop?
Let's say 40 feet from the stronghold.
Okay, so you march all the way toward it, up to the point of 40 feet from it. So at 40 feet from the base of the stronghold, you cannot see it anymore, right? Because you're below it, pretty much. You can barely see it from down here. But you're close. You're closely
Yep.
below the
I'll
stronghold now. It's up on the mountainside.
I'll rejoin the third rank.
Alright, you wait for the party to push up. Eventually, the rest of the party catches up to you, and you rejoin third rank. Do you guys wish to discuss, or continue marching, or something else?
Let's discuss. Want to do the same thing on the western side? I throw a hook. We climb up, go to the tower, climb down, check for the treasure.
Yeah. So,
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got a plan. So, how do you want to ascend the mountainside? You want to use the pass, or something else?
Let's do this. Let's use the pass.
Alright, you've
yep.
used it before. The pass starts toward the northwest, or further down the road, and then goes up toward the southeast, and then back up, winding up and down the mountain, right? So, you go
Hmm.
toward southeast, and northwest, southeast, northwest, all the way till you get to the mountain stronghold itself, Fort Stonehold. Alright, so you've just gotten up the mountainside. You arrive at the top of the pass, and you stand before the great wall of the mountain stronghold embedded in the mountainside. It consists of two walls either side of the gatehouse, which is flanked by two towers. But each wall is about 50 feet long on either side, and the gatehouse is about 30 feet wide, and each tower is about 20 feet wide. You approach from the west. You're southwest of the entrance.
I'll
Mm,
I'll just ready my short bow and watch on the walls, looking for activity.
I'll
I'll
time.
do the same thing with my longbow.
Right, but
I'll
before
time
we
my
continue
hook
any
to
further,
the wheel.
Martin and Angelio are observing the walls for any movement. In the meantime, what is Bart and Dalius doing?
No,
Hmm?
Martin's tying up the hook to his rope.
Okay, sorry, misheard. Martin begins to tie his rope and hook together. Angelo is observing the walls.
Um, could Bart stand guard, make sure that they don't get gang.
Uh, is there a particular direction you want to watch and listen toward?
Uh, Not particular direction, just staying alert. You know,
Okay,
making sure just staying alert. I'm not looking for. I just want to make sure that if something's coming at us, I can alert them.
alright, very well. And Dalius,
I I wanted to do the same thing as Angela.
observe the
I
wall.
yes.
Alright,
Yep. the- I thought you asked me already.
did I?
Yeah.
Alright,
I responded with that, and then you confused me with Martin, I believe.
oh, my bad. So Dalius and Angelio observe the wall for about a turn, carefully watching and listening for any monsters on the wall. And nothing was saw, or nothing was seen. Um, in the meantime, the rest of the retainers have been just waiting or on guard themselves, carefully listening out for any monsters in the area. And in the mountain so far, the only quiet noises that are hard to hear near your party have been insects, a few birds here and there. It's been pretty quiet though. It's a bit windy up here on the mountainside too, so that doesn't help. Martin, however, you finished tying your rope together and preparing it. And while that was happening, Bart, of course, was on guard as well, carefully listening. And Bart, you were able to hear what sounded like in the distance just like some crackling. It came from the north, like a sputter. And then as that was
It does
heard,
matter.
you hear some sputtering, some crackling and sputtering, like something's cooking. Um, Martin, on the other hand, after you tied your rope together with the hook, what did you want to do from there?
Uh, do we want to go up the wall?
Yeah.
I'll take that to yes.
Sure,
I'll
sure.
throw my hook
I
onto the wall, 20 feet west of the western tower.
Okay, you throw your rope up. It's 20 feet west of the western tower. It's in the middle of the western wall.
Yep.
You want to begin the climb?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. So you're the first one to go, and use the rope to help you climb it. And in that case, should be secure enough. Um, you tie the rope around you. You continue to like pull the slack of the rope as you make your way up and climb this great height. But you have the equipment necessary, so there's no real time constraint, so there should be no failure here. But it does take you about a turn to get up there. So it is a 20-foot climb. You climb as fast as you can, but you're no thief, right? So
Mhm.
um, yeah, it would take you about rope climb, maybe around a turn to get up there. So 10 minutes later, Martin's the first one on top of the wall. Who shall be next?
The dwarf.
Okay. Uh, it's a slow process, but the dwarf gets up on the rope and begins to climb as well. Does he want to tie the rope to himself too,
Uh,
or do you
can
want
he
him to just
climb up
climb?
my rope?
Yeah, the rope is this is your rope still, but you
Uh,
lowered it so
if
you
he
can
ties
start climbing.
if he ties it around him, there's no chance of him falling, right?
If he ties it around him, the person on top can grab the slack and pull, right?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So whoever is up and above, which is Martin, right? As he's going up, you're pulling slack with the rope, so it's like nice and tight, if that makes sense.
Uh,
And then if he does let go, you can maybe hold his weight. All right, but Martin's at the top, trying to hold the weight of the dwarf, but you know, you only can hold 80 pounds max. So even if the dwarf falls, you're probably not gonna be able to hold him very long. But you probably are able to. You're at least holding the rope so that you can wrap it around the brick long enough so that the brick will hold him instead. So the they're called let's see, let me double check what they're called. I did some research last time, figured out what they were called on the wall. The bricks on top of the castle battlements.
Mm.
Bastions or
Bastions? Yeah, that might be it.
Massive.
Or let me just look it up
Yeah,
again.
it's like hooked on like you could always hook it on like an arrow slit or something, right?
It's the embrasures, the merlons, yeah. The merlons is what it is. You will take a rope, you'll wrap it around the merlon as he ascends. So that way it will be held fast. And you will get the next character up, but each character will take a turn to get up there. So it will take you guys about an hour and a half to get everyone up onto the wall, pretty much. With
We
just
do
a
two
single
people
rope.
at a time.
With the method we're using, no, because you're tying the rope around one person, right? The end of it. So how would you
Mm.
wouldn't be able to do two at a time then, right? So, um, in that case,
Wouldn't sorry.
have you ever gone rope climbing, right? Um, you tie the end of a rope to someone. It wouldn't make sense to tie the
Mm.
rope around another person, right? At the bottom. That
Mm.
would be almost suicidal. So, then whoever's on top has to hold the weight of two different characters as
Mm.
they ascend the same rope that is tied around two different people. And if one of them fails, then the other one goes down too.
Mm.
or can hold if they
Does
have
it?
a pick or something, they can hold the weight of the other, right? So that's a
Mm.
method if you're
Does
used
it?
to by climbers, but
Mm.
you have to have a very long rope and separate ropes
Mm.
typically,
Mm.
not the
Does
same
anyone
rope.
have a different hook? You have just one
You don't
hook.
need a hook to secure the
Mm.
rope on there. Right now the hook is only used to secure it if you're at the bottom. But
Mm. Okay.
that's why we sent Martin out there because he's light, so the hook wouldn't break with his weight.
Mm.
He got up there, and
Okay.
now the hook is not really being used. The rope is being tied around the Merlon, right?
Mm.
So as people go up, Merlon or the slack is being wrapped around the Merlon, so that if whoever does fall, the rope is still wrapped around the Merlon and it's nice and tight, so the person won't
Mm.
fall down and die. Does that make
I'll
sense?
give my rope to the dwarf then. Yeah, I'll give my rope to the dwarf.
Well, he already went up there, so you give it
Okay.
to
Oh, you
whoever's
already
going
went
up
home.
next. So in
Okay.
that
Okay.
case, you
I
can
went up
double the
next.
rate of our climb,
Mm.
right? So if we have two
Who's
ropes,
going?
then instead of an hour and a half, it will take maybe half as long.
Yeah.
So it went from around, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From 8 turns, we can do it in 5 turns then. It would be 4 if we did that at the beginning, but because we didn't, it's 5 turns. So almost an hour it takes us to get up there. All right, your party has ascended, and throughout that time, at the rope to see if anything occurred on the wall. All right. It wasn't until the end, the last couple of adventurers, there were noises heard toward the east, and you would see like some monsters peeking from the east at this point. So at this point, the last couple that have to go up the rope is Trent and Helge. So these two are still at the bottom of the wall. Everyone else is on the battlement, and the battlement's pretty narrow, right? It's not very large, it's
Okay.
not very wide, so it's single file for the most part on the battlement. And toward the east, the western tower, you can see that there are some monsters peeking out, right? You see some pig-headed men looking out from the doorway, just peeking at you.
Um, can I get on top of the thing you described? The thing that it's probably the one that archers use to hide behind, right?
The Merlon?
Yeah.
I mean, you're on the battlement. The monster's on the western tower, so you cannot really hide behind it.
No, I mean if I can get on top of it.
Oh, yeah, you can climb on
Like
top
if
of
I
it.
can, yeah.
Okay,
So I will be higher.
yeah, so you climb on, you're on the edge though, you have to hold on to it. So if you let go, you could fall on either side.
Oh, I can't. It's not flat on the top.
It is flat, but it's like narrow. It's very narrow. It's only a few feet or like a foot or two thick.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind.
Right, you'll be balancing on the very edge. So, okay. So as Martin was thinking about climbing the Merlon, the rest of you, what did you do? The monsters did not wait for you. I mean, they might be waiting for you, but they're just there. They're not gonna stand there and watch you think though. So, Angela, as you're seeing these monsters peek, what are you doing? You're the one.
Do I
I
have?
think. Who was the one wrapping the rope? It was Martin, right? So Martin, you stopped wrapping the rope, and in that case, the rope is just the rope is just sitting there on the around the Merlon. As Trent is holding onto the rope, trying to climb still. But you left Trent on the wall. Then he's like, "What's going on?" Right? So as Martin is checking the Merlon, Randall, what are you doing? Do you want to continue pulling the rope or something else?
Um. Yeah. I'll continue.
All right, you
Uh.
continue trying to pull Brent up, and in the meantime, what is Tadley's doing? All right, and then what is Bart doing?
Um, s- Damn man, you said those guys was peeking,
They're east of you, roughly
huh?
10 to 20 feet. They're pretty close.
I'm gonna let us sling loose. I'm gonna get my I'm gonna put my spear aside and get a ready
Loose a
to
shot
shoot.
on them, or do you want to just get it ready to shoot?
Well, I don't know how much time you're gonna give me. If I can shoot, I will shoot.
Okay. Well, when you see them peek again, you want to shoot.
Yes.
Okay. So you saw them peek for a moment. They peek every other moment pretty much. They're just continually like peeking, make sure we're there or not. And what happens is, for this next round, Martin was able to, of course, look at the Merlon, see if he could climb it. Bart, of course, moved toward the east, toward the western tower, with a sling and ready to sling at the monsters. He waited there for a moment to see if he would see him. In the meantime, Angelo took Martin's place and started to pull the rope up and tie it around the Merlon so that Bert can keep climbing. And while that was happening, Talis was just standing by. And while Talis was standing by,
Yeah.
Trent was with Trent went with Trent, Cadwells, and Matadir all went toward the east where they saw the monsters and are right behind you, Bart, ready to back you up. And Bart is carefully observing. In the next round, so we haven't seen them yet. Well, we might see them again in a moment. But in this next round, Martin, what's your next action? So after you looked at the Marlon, what did you
Oh,
do, Martin?
Oh yeah, Martin. Sorry. Um, there's only space for one person, right?
You're in a battlement. It's roughly only maybe 3, 5 feet wide. There's barely enough space for two people to stand abreast in the battlement, right? So if they charge you from the tower, of course, it's like a 1v1 from either side, or 2v1, 2v2 if you have spearmen, right? So,
Uh,
because we're on a
I'll
narrow
be a rear
pass.
guard. I'll be a rear guard.
Okay, so you're falling back toward the west at this point.
Yeah.
As you're falling back toward the west, um, Bart, you're furthest to the east. You got your men backing you up from the west with spears and such. Do you want to continue waiting for them to peek so you can shoot?
Well, if they're not peeking out, then I will go with the rest of the guys.
Like, you want to fall back west? Or what do you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Since they're not doing anything, I might as well.
Well, for one round, you approach the east, right? And you do not see them yet. So, this round, do you want to keep waiting and observing, or do you want to fall back?
Well, has everybody climbed up?
No.
So you know what? I'll stand guard there. I'll stand guard there.
Alright, you keep watch toward the east, and then tallies. Do you want to continue just waiting on the wall or something else?
Um, I'll be there with Bart with my longbow, ready to fire
Okay,
at
so you're trying to
any
push up, but
size.
between you and Bart are four other characters. So you want to push past them, or tell them to fall back, or what do you? How do you get to Bart? Do you want to climb onto the Merlon and get toward Bart?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're climbing onto the Merlon. It's very unsafe to be on the Merlon, right? That's at the very edge. Like if someone pushes you, you'll fall off the wall. So, and let's see. As you're doing that, Angelio, uh, you're the one in the middle, kind of pulling Bert up. He's not here yet. Right, every round he gets a few more feet higher. Do you want to keep trying to pull him up, or do you want to stop?
I wanna keep pulling him out.
Okay. Every round he's able to get just a few feet higher. Basically with his encumbrance, which is he's like probably like lightly encumbered or medium encumbered, I think. He can get like maybe 2 feet up every 2 seconds, or I mean 2 feet up every 10 seconds on the wall. So he carefully climbs it. So in 10 seconds he gets like 2 steps higher up, pulling that rope tight as you try to pull him up. All right, and then in the meantime, um, the monsters, of course, are at this point peeking again, and as soon as they peek, Bart to open fire. Right, so they would peek to observe, make sure you're still there, or just have tracking on you. And Bart, you can barely see them. There's little to no light in the doorway, so there's a -1 for the dim conditions, but a +1 for close range. So it kind of nulls out, or that penalty and bonus cancel each other. And then
Well,
from
I,
there,
I also have I also have a -1 on my dex, just to
you have
let
a
you know.
-1. Okay. So your first shot, in within 5 seconds, your first shot lands a nat 20 direct hit against one of them,
Ooh.
Ooh.
causing 3 damage against a strong one. This guy takes a hit in the shoulder.
Camera's fucking out.
Okay, and then your second shot, do you go for the same one or a different one? There's two peeking behind the doorway.
Same one.
So right after the first shot hit, the second shot was quickly slung within 10 seconds and hits him again. So as he's hit once in the shoulder, grabs at his shoulder, a second one goes right toward his, let's see where it goes. It goes right toward his knee, causing a total of 4 damage, which pops his knee open and he falls over. You know, his knee is busted and he's wounded bad, right? He's dying. So you broke his shoulder, you took out his knee, now he's on the ground. As he was destroyed, you had your men behind you with their spears ready in case they charged. But as soon as you took that first one out, they stopped peeking, of course. And let's see, back to the rest of the party. We saw Martin was able to fall back west. We saw Tallies climb the Merlon and started making his way east toward Bart. And then we saw, let's see, we saw Angelio was pulling, or not pulling exactly, but tying the rope around as he climbed. He only could do one thing at a time. So he's tying the rope as Bert climbs, and Bert got 2 feet higher. Bert was 20 feet at the start of this, or no, 10 feet at the start. Now he's at 14 feet on the wall. He has to get 20 feet to get down top of the wall. So it'll take a couple more rounds, or see if he's at 14, it should take 3 more rounds for him to get on top safely. In the next round, round 3, Bart, do you want to continue standing guard with the sling and stones, or something else?
Yeah.
Bart,
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that again?
you want to remain on guard with sling and stone, or something else?
Yes, I want to remain on guard.
Okay. And then, as Bart continues to remain on guard, next is Martin
If
to the west.
if I can get a chance to reload my sling, I will do that.
Yep, easily done. Um, let's see. Martin, you're to the west. You want to continue guarding the west or something else?
I'd love to talk to them. I'd love to say Metadier next to Bart, Kelham behind them.
Sorry, what was that? You said you have 10 seconds to say something, so what did you say?
Metadier go next to Bart, Kelham behind them.
Okay. So then, as you're saying that, you know, shouting out some orders to your men, Dallas, you're the one on the Merlon, right? So you made your way toward Bart. You're directly south of Bart on the Merlon, on the edge of the wall. You wanna like step past him, or do you wanna stay on the Merlon? Behind Bart is at the moment Matt the Deer with his spear and shield.
I guess I'm
Eerie.
I wanna stand. Oh, I wanna stand behind them with my spear out, as they are out with their spears.
Alright, so there's no space, so the only way to get behind them is if they move or if you fall back. They can either move up or make space for you like that. So you can ask them to move. Press forward. Bart is 10 feet from the doorway. He's very close. So if he goes forward, he's going to be pretty close, within spear reach.
Okay.
Vitalis, you're like, let me get in there, right? So it's up to them whether they're going to make space for you or not. You say
I
you want to
wanna
be behind
just
them,
basically be behind them.
and if you
Yeah.
were not paying attention, well, at the moment they're all clustered up along. You know, they're already behind them. So how would you fit there, right? It's a narrow
I guess
battle.
I'll stay exactly where I am and
Okay, so you remain
just
on the Merlon, the
be
edge of the wall.
be next to Bart's
Okay,
uh, with my longbow out.
and Angelio, you want to continue pulling Bert up or tying the rope
Mhm.
as Bert climbs?
Yep.
Alright. For this round, he gets 2 feet higher, so he'll be at 16 feet on the wall. And throughout this round, Let's see the reaction of the monsters after one of their men were killed instantly. Okay. They remain hidden.
Your webcam's like zooming everywhere. You can.
They remain hidden behind the wall or the doorway. And as they remain hidden, of course, we can hear Martin calling out orders. In the next round, his men will be able to act on the orders. And of course, Dallas was trying to get inside the ranks, but remains on the wall or the Merlon. Alright, next round. Angelio, do you want to continue to pull Bert up or something else?
Yeah, I'll continue to pull.
Okay, you continue pulling Bert up, and then Tallis, do you want to remain on the Merlon with Bull ready or something else?
Who?
Tallis.
Here.
Yeah, I wanna stay on the Merlon
Okay,
with
and then
my
Bart,
bow
do you want to
out.
remain on
And
guard?
actually, I wanna try and uh yell out, "You filthy pigs! Get out of hiding!
Okay, and Bart, in the
You
meantime,
fucking pansies!"
what do you say, or what do you do, Bart, as Tallis yells?
I eagerly look and await for the assault.
Okay, and then Martin off toward the west. Last round you were able to yell your orders. This round you see your men are moving.
Guard.
Just remain to guard the west. Okay,
Yep, with my short bow.
and eventually, in the next few rounds, the monsters don't seem to react. They continue waiting inside the tower, and Bird is able to be pulled up. So you have Bird up, and now the last character needs to be pulled up. It's Helge. Or not Bird. Trent. Right. Sorry, I got the name mixed up. Trent is the one making his way up. So Trent finally makes it onto the wall. Helge is trying to climb the wall now. It'll take a while for Helge to get up here. He doesn't carry much. He should be able to move carefully on the wall 4 feet per round. So Helge is climbing the wall at the rate of 4 feet per round. As he's climbing the wall, uh, do we all want to just remain on guard? Pretty much.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Eventually, as as Helge makes it halfway up the wall, so he's 10 feet up the wall, you see that they're on top of the tower. You see them peeking on top of the tower, but you were watching the doorway, so when they peeked, you weren't really ready for them, right? And what they did was, you only realized that they peeked from above, right, or top of the tower when they decided to open fire. They fire at you with stones, large stones. So they throw these basketball-sized stones onto our position from the top of the tower. There's a total of about 3 stones being chucked at us at the moment, and they go toward the front line. So Bart and Cadmos and Metadir each get a stone thrown at them. Okay, here's the one thrown at Bart, and then we can counterfire in a second. That one missed him. Here's Metadir right behind Bart, and then Cadmos is next. So Metadir, it missed him barely, and then Cadmos, that hits Cadmos. A large stone hits Cadmos for 2 damage. Alright, so Cadmos is hit pretty bad, right? He's like waiting with his spear and shield, and suddenly from above, like a stone just hits him right in the top of his head, right? A large stone bashes his skull, and he kind of falls on one knee, using the spear to support his weight. But now there's some blood dripping from his head. Under, he was wearing a helmet though, but yeah, he gets pretty badly bruised from that. He only has a max of 3 hit points, so he has 1 hit point left. Alright,
Um.
Cadmos is wounded. Alright, right after that, we can now return fire. So as we look back up, they take cover and start picking more stones up. So we just ready our next shot against them and wait for them to peek again. So
As
Bart,
that was
what was
as
it?
that was happening, I'd love to move more towards east, so they're not in line of fire of my allies. Let's say maybe 10 feet should be enough if they're on top of the tower.
They are east of you. They're in the western tower. The
Th-
western tower
th-
is east of you.
then yeah, then 10 feet west. That should be enough, right?
Okay, you fall back west, and uh,
Turn to them
what was that?
and turn to face them.
Okay. So as you're doing that, Bart, you're able to look up toward the tower and return fire on them. So Bart, you're looking up. They're not there yet. So you just kind of stand guard. And then
Yep.
Tallies, you're on the Merlon. Do you wanna look up too, or do you wanna
Yeah,
look
I'll
down toward
return
the doorway?
fire.
Okay. Prepare to return fire. So this round you look up. You don't see any. You wanna fire anyway? Suppress or just wait?
Um, see any?
Actually,
I
could
guess
we
I
look?
could. Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, you continue.
You have 10 seconds.
Could we look for a position where if they throw rocks at us, we can avoid being hit with the rocks?
The only way is either off the wall or into the tower or far to the west. You're out in the open. The tower has the vantage point naturally. You're on a battlement, right? So
Okay.
they have the advantage.
Do you
North Castle
know?
is built
Do
so
you know
that the
how
tower would
many?
not have the
Do we
advantage.
see two orcs, right?
You saw a few of them. That was last round though. You didn't see them until the last second when they fired on us.
Okay.
They probably ducked to pick up more ammo, you think, or they just ducked. You don't know. You don't see them anymore though.
I have a feeling
They're
they're
up
going to
there.
go back to the. Uh, I would suggest since we have time now, we should just finish
Go in.
climbing up.
So as you're talking, they don't wait for you. So Bart and Tallis, you weren't certain. You looked up, you started talking to each other, and as the two of you did this, Angelo, what was your action?
Right after pulling up Trent, he would have stopped tying the rope, or not. He would have stopped like helping with the rope, and he would have had his short bow ready, and he would have like pointed it up towards the battle mat.
So we wouldn't be helping Helge? Helge
He's
is
just a torchbearer. Yeah, he's just a torchbearer. Is a bigger threat.
okay. So we left Helge on the wall. He's just waiting there on the wall. And then of course Angelo took aim right toward the east.
Mhm.
Okay, you're on the battlement. You're exposed in the battlement, and behind you
Well, he's
is Trent.
aiming at the battlement, or like the top of the tower.
The tower, not the battlement. You guys are on the battlement.
Oh,
They're not.
okay. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Um, okay, you look toward the top of the tower, and you got some of your guys are in the way, so you kind of have to fall back if you want clear aim.
Fall back.
Let's see. So you're falling back. Martin's falling back too this round, and Trent will go with the two of you with his spear. Let's see. As you guys are falling back, as we're waiting for monsters, as Bart and Talis were discussing what to do next, monsters from the lower level, so the same level as you, from the tower, charge us from the doorway. Two monsters, an axe and a spearman with shields. So they rush us, the spearman behind the axeman, and in the front line is Bart and Talis on the Merlon. So as you guys are observing up above the wall, you suddenly hear monsters coming from the east on the same level as you. You can either continue to concentrate on the top of the tower, or you can prepare to fight against the ones closing the distance. So starting
I
with
will.
Bart, yeah.
I will prepare to fight the one on closer distance. And if I can hit him with a rock, with my sling, I will do it.
Before they close the distance, you decide you can either shoot them or you can switch to your melee. Now, if you shoot them and they close the distance and don't die, you have to still spend a round to pull out your melee weapon. Right?
Okay, I will. I will. I will shoot them.
Okay. You try to shoot them, you get that +1 bonus to hit. So you have probably a greater chance. Let's see. And then, of course, as you're trying to shoot them, they're running out into the open. Right? It's daylight still, so it's hard for them to see. You can tell. Um, Mart or yeah, Tallius on the other hand is beside you with his bow out. He needs to keep balance on the wall, right? Right now he's kind of just sitting on the edge with his bow drawn, but you have to stand to fire a longbow. So Tallius, if you fire on this position, you will have a -4 penalty because it's not a sturdy position, right? You're on the edge of a Merlon. So the Merlon is the wall protecting the battlement, right? It's like it's too bright. Let's see.
Yeah, too bright.
But it's the wall that's on the battlement that protects the archers, right, when they're on top of the castle walls. So it's only about a foot wide, maybe, and you're standing on that with a longbow, right, on the very edge of the wall. So do you want to continue? Do you want to fall back, or do you want to stand on the wall and fire, or something else?
Carry.
Tallies. You have 5 seconds.
I think he's having mic issues.
Okay, and then as he's on the Merlon, figuring out what to do, Martin, of course, fell back to the west, took aim toward the east, and in this next round, he can start to see some more monsters popping their heads over the wall, right? So for this round, what actually happens, we'll start with some movement. As the monsters are moving in, Bart is able to get some shots off beforehand, and of course, as the monsters on the wall move, Martin, was watching from a distance, took aim with Angelio, right, and opened fire on the ones on the wall. So what actually happens is, as Martin and Angelo were falling back, the monsters on the wall were getting up to throw stones, right? So, and then the monsters from the tower made their way west toward Bart, and as they made their way toward Bart, Bart opened fire on them. Behind Bart is Matadir ready to spear at them if they close in. Behind him is Cadmos, just doing the defend since he's wounded. And behind Cadmos is Trent, pretty much, falling back toward the west as well. Hedge is still on, Hedge is still on the wall. Right. So this is what actually happens. So we're gonna start with Bart, who opens fire twice as monsters appear toward the east. His first shot is a miss. His second shot is a miss. So he misses 2 times in a row as they close the distance.
I will drop my sling and try to get it into a defensive stance,
Okay.
if possible.
As the monsters close in, fortunately, Metadir's with you still. But before the melee can ensue, we're gonna finish off the missile round. So we'll do missiles, and then as they're moving to engage into melee, then we'll do melee. So while monsters are appearing, we're opening fire on them, and then we'll return to the normal combat sequence. But on top of the wall, 3 monsters appeared. By the time Martin and Angel turned back, they were already throwing stones, of course. They did not wait for you guys to get into position before you could fire, right? They were throwing stones while you were shooting at them. So we're going to do an initiative. So party initiative is 6, monster initiative is 2. So that means you guys were faster than them. You guys fell back west before they could really take aim with their stones and throw them. So before they could throw stones into your party, Martin was able to let loose 2 arrows with his short bow. His first shot is a 6. With your bonuses, it should be a miss still. Your second shot, and they have a +2 cover from the towers, Merlons, or the tower walls. Alright, second shot is a 16. Your bonuses include, this is normal range for your short bow. This is +1 for halfling, and that's pretty much it, right?
Yep.
Do you have a dex bonus?
Nope.
Okay, so 17 is your hit, and they have +2 because the wall protects them. So instead of an armor class uh, of 6 that they would normally have on the wall, they have an armor class of 4. 16 plus 1 is 17. 17 plus 4 is 21. So that's still a hit. So your second shot is a hit. You land 3 damage into one of them on top of the wall. Let's see if it's a kill or not. It's a kill. He's a small one. Shot one of them
Ooh.
dead before they could throw stones. So as he gets out with the stone, preparing to hurl it down on either Martin or let's see who else is there.
Angelo.
Not Martin. Sorry, wrong name. Bart or who's beside Bart? It's Tally's, right? Next to Tally's. Okay. There's another shot from Angelio, right? Angelio, you got A score of 9 to hit. Your bonus
Uh,
is,
I don't know if that hits again.
yeah, it's probably not a hit.
Yeah.
And then as you miss, in the meantime, also, there's your retainer
Well,
is welcome back.
sorry, I had connection issues.
Yeah. Uh, we're in the middle of a missile phase here, and pretty much we're returning fire. So the question was, Talis, did you want to fire from the Merlon or did you want to do something different? Because
I
you're on the
wanted to
Merlon, it's
back
not
up.
very steady.
Yeah, I want to back up.
Okay, so you start falling back west. All right.
Away from where the axemen and spearmen are coming from.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna suppose you're gonna fall back. You want to just fall back west? How far? And do you want to jump back onto the battlement or do you want to stay on the Merlons?
Uh,
Imagine the Merlon is like a fence. You're on top of a fence, pretty much, right? It's not a very good position to stand on.
yeah. Um, I guess I'll fall back on the battlement.
Okay, jump back down the
Um,
battlement. So you have to fall back west
yeah.
at least 10 to 20 feet past everyone behind Bart, pretty much. Okay.
Okay.
So you're falling back. As you're falling back, you're being shot at by some stone throwers. But before those stone throwers were able to get their stones on us, we were able to return fire. Fortunately, we had men toward the west. It was Angelio who missed, and of course, Martin who got one kill on the tower. But there was one more shooter with us. It was Trent with his crossbow. He took aim at the top of the tower, saw two more targets, and opened fire against one, scoring a 9 to hit. It's a miss. Alright. And then the two stone throwers, one stone is hurled toward uh, Tallies as he falls back. It's a miss. And one stone is hurled toward Bart as he was slinging stones. It's a 19. It's a hit. Bart takes 4 damage from a stone hurled
I'm
onto his
done.
position.
I'm done.
Here's a
I
saving
only have.
throw on Bart. It's an 8. Alright. The stone is crushing. It just, large stone hurls down onto Bart's position and cracks his head open. He falls on his knees and collapses dead. Unfortunately,
The
Bart has
helmet
died.
doesn't help at all, right?
In this situation, with a failed saving throw, it does not really help you. It provided your armor class bonus. It would allow you to at least survive a fatal blow if you made the saving throw. But because you
Okay.
did not make a saving throw, it's an 8, you need a, I think a 12 for a first level fighter. Then yeah, your helmet just cracks open,
Mm-hmm.
right, as the stone falls on your head. It breaks your neck. So the
There's
weight
like a
of a large
cracker.
stone from
Mm-hmm.
the height of maybe 15 feet, 10 feet above the battlement killed our poor Bart in the front lines.
Mm-hmm. There's like a
So
crack or a dent in your helmet or something.
for the remainder
Getting
of the
in.
adventure, Bart, you're welcome to sit in to see how it ends, or
No
take or leave,
problem.
pretty much. But let's see. Unfortunate, we had to see the loss of Bart. Possibly you can take one of the retainers to play as if you want. You can either play. I'll let you take if you want. You can take either Trent's place or Cadmos or Matadir. They might be inspired to take your place, even though you're not their employer. But you could at least play as them for the remainder of the adventure. Let's see.
Um, that's okay. I'll just listen in. I'll just listen.
All right, cool. Okay, so thank you for playing though, and sad to see that Bart had to die. Let's see. Um, but yeah, he's crushed by a stone, and then as he's crushed, monsters moved in from the east into melee range. Right, it was gonna melee Bart, but instead it closes against Matadir, who has a spear. Here's the initiative between Matadir and the enemy on the ground. Matadir has initiative 6, and we have initiative 6. It's simultaneous, so as they clash, it's just all at once, spears going into each other. So Matadir is helped by his friend, who is Cadmos with a spear. But Cadmos is not fighting, he's defending, because he was scared to die. He hides behind the shield. Defense against missiles, which is really good against missiles. Let's see. As Cadmos just plays it safe and does his defend, he leaves Matadir to defend himself. Matadir has 2 attacks though against his foe. His first one happens before they even have a chance to attack, because he is a first level dwarf with fighting skill. His first attack scores a miss. The monsters, however, have simultaneous, and let's see who, if any hit. His next attack will have a 13 with a bonus of 0. So that is not a hit. These will have shields, they both attack, and they both, one misses, one possibly hits. 14 against Matadir, who has a male halberd, a gambeson, it's a heavy gambeson, and that's it. So Metadir is unfortunately hit on the dot and takes 4 damage this round, dropping him to 5 hit points, 9 to 5.
They have a minus one to the daylight, correct?
They do, actually. So that's a 13. That actually missed. Good call. Missed by 1 point. Alright, if that wasn't the case, Matadir would have died, but because the lighting is bad for them, Matadir was saved. Let's see. Or he wouldn't have died, he would have been wounded at least. So, Matadir is doing fine. Let's see. And the
He's also
fighting
like
continues.
campaign.
Alright, so after that melee round, let's see. So they moved melee, and then we're back into missiles again. So back into missiles. For those on the wall of the tower, they are ducking again to pick up a stone. So those who are shooting this round don't have a target yet. So Martin and Angelio and
I'll
Trent,
do
you're
something.
just waiting. What was that?
I'll do something else.
Okay, what do you do?
Seeing his companion get crushed, he'll
You could
call
not see it.
forth.
It happened all the way to the
Or
east.
not being crushed. Okay, oh sorry, never mind. But seeing as they're ducking behind this wall and he can't really effectively hit him with a bow. He'll call forth the spirits to send a magic missile. He'll just
Okay.
ready it
Alright,
for
you'll
when they
try to
peek
cast
over
magic
there.
missile.
Mhm.
And well, that'll be during the magic phase then. Let's see.
Yeah,
For
he'll
this round.
prepare it for when we see it heads peek
So
out.
it has to happen the next round then. So this round you're ready with the bow. Next round you're gonna cast it during the magic phase.
I can just take my hand off of my bow, right?
Right, but it takes a whole round to cast it. So
Mm-hmm.
alright. So you're casting magic missile, it doesn't happen quite yet. And as you're casting magic missile, uh, Martin, did you want to just hold fire, wait for an opening, or something else?
I'll scream at my fighter to fight back.
And then you're like, attack them, right?
And cleric to move to first rank. And cleric to move to first rank.
Well, you only can do one thing at a time. So what do you say first?
Don't I have 10 seconds?
Yeah, but wouldn't you're not just talking. You're also on. Imagine in real life, like you have 10 seconds. You're like looking toward him, right? So you can say one thing. So what do you say? You were like, Cadmos, attack back, right?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
All right. So, um, as you're doing that, then Bart, on the other hand, oh yeah, Bart is dead, and then Tally's on it.
Good.
Then, you fell back toward the west, and you got behind your friendlies. From here, what do you want to do?
Curious.
Hello. Sorry. From here, I wanna try and shoot at the people that are throwing rocks above.
All right. So you look toward them, and you're not that far to the west, so you got men in the way, waiting their chance to get an attack. So do you want to fall back even further to the west? Do you have a clear line of fire?
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. And as that's
How
happening,
high above would you say they are?
maybe 10, 15 feet higher than the battlement.
Okay.
All right. So uh, this next round, the melee continues between Matadir. Cadmos is still defending, but he's being ordered, so next round he can act on the order. But this round is just Metadir still up against 2 monsters on the battlement with him. Initiative is rolled. Simultaneous still. Metadir scores a miss and a miss. His foes score a miss and a hit. 16. That's still a hit against them. So damage is 6 damage against Metadeer. He's at 3 hit points.
Okay. Getting stabbed over there.
Okay, and then as Metadeer has been stabbed to death, um, the stone bearers have returned into view because they're throwing stones around. They get out to throw stones, and as soon as they get out to throw stones, of course, this round, Angelio, you were busy casting a spell, so you don't cast it quite yet. Doesn't happen until magic phase of this round. And then, of course, Martin was able to open fire though during this round. He was, no wait, you were giving orders. Martin was busy yelling orders, and
That was last round, wasn't
But
it?
yeah, I was preparing it
That
last
was
round.
last round.
that was
Mhm.
We did
your
it last
actions for
round.
this round. We're going over it this round. We're
Oh,
resolving it.
okay.
It's the same
Okay.
round. We just declared it. We didn't. We're resolving it, right? That's why in the melee phase, Cadmos didn't attack it. He just heard you say it, Martin. So it's the same round. We're just going through it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Mhm.
Because you just said it, right? So it's happening throughout this round.
Okay.
And that means that Cadmos couldn't attack it because he just heard you. He's still defending. So we just did the
Okay.
melee phase. We're in the missile phase right now. That's it. So during the missile
Okay.
phase, Martin was busy talking. Angelo was casting a spell or figuring out to cast a spell last round. Alright, so during magic this round he's gonna cast it. And Tally's of course is moving. He's falling back west. He still hasn't done it yet. He's doing it right now during the movement phase. But we're in missile phase. It goes movement, then melee, then missiles, right? And then magic. So Talis has fallen back. Martin has said his orders. Angelio has prepared to cast his spell. Is casting it because he was watching out for the enemy. Enemy are peeking over the wall to throw stones, right? And when they peek over to throw stones now, they are throwing it during the missile phase. This is two monsters on top of the wall throwing stones. One is going toward uh, Metadeer, and another one's going toward Metadeer. So, because Metadeer is about 15 feet from the wall or the tower, 10 to 15 feet from the tower. All right, one hits him, and this one misses him. Yeah, he takes 1 damage from a large stone that lands on, hits him in the shoulder pretty much. Okay, Metadeer's at 2 hit points. All right, and then previously Angelio was of course on watch, but then this round he said he wanted to cast a spell, Magic Missile. So I would say this round you're casting the spell, and Martin was busy yelling orders to his men. He looked toward Cadmos and like, Cadmos, attack, right? And Cadmos was able to attack next round. But Angelo, you cast
Good.
your spell Magic Missile this round because you started casting at the start of this round. So
Yeah, because
here's your.
seeing his bow was ineffective, he just decided to call upon the power of the spirits.
All right, against one of the monsters that you see on the tower, you were able
It's
to hit it
unarmed,
for.
right?
You have to see it on. You see him for a moment. 6
Mhm.
plus 1 is and what's your intelligence?
Wait, no, for damage, it is my intelligence is 11.
Okay, just 6 plus 1. Alright, so you
Mhm.
hit it for 7 damage with Magic Missile. It's a kill. One of the monsters that peeked over the wall that threw a stone is killed by Magic Missile. The sudden force of energy blasts him off the wall.
Mhm.
Okay. Not off the wall, but he's on the wall. He just gets blasted backwards, so he just collapses on the wall. Or on the tower
When you
somewhere.
when you say the words to cast a spell, do you say it in the common tongue or is it like Latin or?
So, yeah, it's in runes. You speak magic runes.
Okay.
Incantations. No one understands you.
Mhm.
As you did that, of course, we'll go into the next round. So this round, Martin's able to return fire if there's any to be seen. But this round, you see the monsters are ducking again to get stones, maybe. or to run away. So Martin takes aim again, potentially. Cadmos might start the fight again. Roll morale check to see if he listens to your orders. Okay. And this round, as Martin, is that fine with you? Your action is to just take aim and wait for a monster to pop open again?
Yep.
Okay. As you're watching, Talis, you fell back west, so do you want to take aim as well? Or something else?
Um, would I be able to use one of Thalias' spells right now? Do you think I would still have it memorized?
Which spell did you memorize? You only can memorize one spell a day.
Magic missile.
You memorized that one? Okay.
Yeah.
You want to cast it this round?
Yeah.
You see no targets though, so you have to wait till you will be able to cast it and then you can throw it instantly at a target you see once you've casted it. That's how magic missile works. You can hold on to the magic missile. You don't have to like throw it right away. Alright,
For how
Okay,
long?
I'll do that then.
okay. It takes one round to cast it. Alright, and then as you're casting it, Angelio,
Hmm.
uh, what do you want to do this round? You want to just ready your shot with a bow?
Yep.
Okay.
He'll ready a shot. Also, how long can you hold on to magic missile after you summon it?
There's a duration. It's in the book.
In the book? Okay. Sorry.
Make sure.
Let's see. It
I'll
should
just
be
I'll check that.
one turn,
Okay. Thank you.
so 10 minutes.
Mm.
Alright. So then, this round, we'll see that the melee continues. The monsters down below, there's still two of them against us, against Cadmir, or Cadmos and Matadir. They're somewhat losing. But here's the initiative. Party initiative is 3, monsters is 2. So here's Matadir's first attack. It is a 17. It's a hit. His damage is 3 against a fresh one. It's not enough to kill it. Alright. And his next is Cadmos' attack. Cadmos is now attacking again. He follows his orders. He missed. Here's Matadir's next attack. He missed. Here's Cadmos' attack. Nat 20 hits. Damage is 2 plus 2 from his strength, 4 damage against the wounded one that is killed now. There's one left with the spear further back. This one with the spear is able to counter the attack just once against would be against Matadir since he's in the front. It's a miss. Okay, Matadir stands still alive another round. And after melee, we go into missiles. The monsters do not peek this round, they are reloading, they're picking up more stones. If there is one. But we know we killed 2 on the tower and we also have 3 total. So there should only be 1 left. And as missile phase passes for both sides, they will go into magic phase. Angelio casts magic missile, but there's no target yet that he can clearly see to throw his missile at.
Already used it.
Or not Angelio, sorry. It was Talis. Sorry.
Haven't.
Talis cast the spell. And the next round, going on to the next round, Martin wanna prepare to shoot still? Or something else?
Yep.
Okay, as you wait for a target, Talis, you wanna just continue waiting to throw your missile or something else?
Eerie.
Talis.
Uh, oh, sorry.
Alright. Try to pay attention.
I will try and hold it for whenever I see anyone peek the rocks.
Okay. And then Angelio.
Yep. I'm guarding to the top of the tower.
Okay. Initiative. Party wins. In the melee, down below, Metadir gets another attack. Scores a miss. Cadmos scores a miss. And their foe scores a nat 20 against Metadir, causing 1 damage to him.
Don't we have initiative?
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
You said we do.
Alright, here's his attack. Mad Deer missed. Cadmo missed. Alright, so Mad Deer took 1
Oh.
damage. They are losing that fight. Let's see. He's still alive at 1 hit point. Okay. Um, this is a costly fight. It looks like we already lost one of our brothers. And then on the top of the wall, morale check for the one on top of the tower. He is not reappearing, it appears. Morale's broken, so he just stays hidden behind the wall. But the last one, or the last, yeah, the last one is the spearman who still fights. Let's see, let's check his morale. Yeah, he's still fighting. He thinks he's winning because Matt Deer and Catalyst are weakened. Okay, so the fight continues between those three pretty much, as the rest of you continue to stand watch, waiting for that last one to peak or something. But the melee will finish up pretty soon. Another round. The monster loses again. Matt Deer's next attack is a 13 miss, and then Cadmo's missed. Matt Deer 15, no bonus. Finally hits, deals 1 damage though
Oh.
against his foe, who is very strong. And then of course Cadmus' last attack for this round is a miss, and the foe's attack counters again against Matadir, scoring a hit 18, dealing 6 damage against Matadir. Saving throw versus death, success. The wound takes place in Matadir's, let me roll that, because I fell between 1 and 2, and that's between again. Okay, there we go, 6. Alright, so this one took out, it speared into, while they were fighting, speared into Matadir's hand. It went clean through Matadir's like wrist or hand and into his wrist, right, as he was holding his shield. Matadir loses his left hand from this fight. So his left hand is speared off, right, or speared through.
Oof.
As the monster pulls his spear free, Matadir drops his shield naturally because his hand is pierced off, or there's a big hole in it now. Okay. And then the next round of the combat, Matadir is at 1 hit point still, but wounded in action. He can be instantly killed. But let's see the initiative. We should still have initiative either way, at least for the first attack. Monster has initiative though, so in the second attack or in the normal attack, the monster will have it. But first, Matadir fights for his dear life. He has a -4 penalty on his attack, and he missed. Catalyst behind him tries to save his life, and scores a hit finally, dealing 2 plus 2 from his strength, 6 damage, still not enough to kill their foe. Their foe possibly has one more chance to kill Matadir, and Matadir can be instantly killed in his situation. So Matadir can still defend himself, but barely. In his situation, Matadir, he will have the monster will have a +4 bonus. We'll say highest bonus to hit him in his state.
Yeah, so nothing. You know.
Alright, despite that, Matadir's armor protects him decently well. His armor is hit pretty hard and is damaged now. Typically when you get wounded, armor is damaged, so we know that his shield is broken. But Matadir's not hit quite yet, not instantly killed. The monster rolls to hit him and still missed, even though Matadir is wounded. The fighting continues between these three, as you guys are looking for a way to help, but there's no easy way to help them at the moment. The only other person that can maybe help them is Angelio. If you want Angelio, you could have climbed onto the Merlon and cast Magic Missile. From the Merlon or the edge of the wall, you will have a vantage point. You'll be able to see.
I used my spell.
Okay, so Merlon did climb into the wall and did throw his missile at the last one to save the life of our dwarf. He dealt 7 damage to him and blasted the monster back into the tower pretty much. The fight was won, but it was costly won. It was at the cost of of course, Bart, our fighter, and then of course Matadir was wounded. But the battle's won. All the monsters are dead.
Oh, boy, wait, all but
All the unknown monsters are
one.
dead. Except for
All
one
but
on top of the tower.
One didn't poke his head out. So
no.
keep guard from here and then push him to the tower.
Alright. So we push up and Matt Deer's wounded. He's needs a bandage for his hand.
Can Martin
I guess
try to cut his clothes and bandage it?
Who's close?
His method ears.
Um, just needs to tourniquet it, so he's probably gonna lose his hand. Um,
Yep, probably.
so you could just use a belt. No wait, the belt is not very good.
I
you could use a belt.
can break his spear.
No, you could use a belt to
Tear up.
tourniquet, I think. Yeah, belt should
You
work.
could use a belt and like use a torch to basically twist the belt.
Yep, create a
Yep.
tourniquet.
Yeah.
Stop blood flow to the hand, so it does not bleed out and die. Alright,
Mhm.
so we have tourniqueted his hand with a belt and a torch. He holds onto his hand, he's wounded, he can no longer fight for now. Um, as Matthew is tended to, uh, how do we want to continue?
I think we have our fighters push into the tower while
Okay.
providing cover. Because stuff like any time's been dealt with.
Alright, so you push into the tower. Before you go into the tower, do you want to behead the ones that are on the battlement with you? There's 2 of them.
Yeah, we'll be heard down.
Okay. 2 heads so far. Where do you want to put the heads? Do you want to just throw them on the... You want to leave them here to pick up later? Or do you want
The
to...
torchbearer is down there, so we can drop them and he can pick them up.
Okay. Are we just leaving him down there? Or are they going to bring him?
We brought the cart up with us, right? There'd be enough room.
No, you did not bring the cart up with you.
Okay.
That never happened.
Okay.
Cart and horses are still down there. We did
Okay.
not
He'll just drop them down for
pull any
the.
horses or carts up onto the wall.
Yeah, the torchbearer can always pick them up and just hold them.
I didn't get to go out of town.
Alright, so 2 heads are picked up by the torchbearer and thrown into the cart. Is that all we want to do before we press forward?
Um, can we check the bodies, see if they have anything valuable on them?
Couches.
Aside from their equipment, they do have some treasure. The 2 that
Check
you
for
killed down here, each had 50 coppers in them.
Okay.
Alright.
That's 100 coppers total.
That's 10 silver.
I guess I'll bag that in my bag for
Or it's a
dividing later.
you could take their pouches too. It's well, you can just put it on
Did
your
you
belt.
guys realize there's one more orc?
Yeah, I know.
There is.
We just have to push in later.
We'll cover the tower. You guys push into the tower. You guys.
Yeah. I guess I'll push in with my spear ready, with the fighter in front of me.
Okay. Angelio, you have a lot of background sound.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
Can I scream at the fighter to not go there?
To not push up to get the last guy?
Yep, take a cleric, not the fighter. Fighter's 1 HP.
Oh. That's,
He wasn't
that's
going
true.
anyway, so.
Yeah, because
Cadmos and Mandir are pretty badly wounded.
Guess let's go with the cleric.
So Trent, you send Trent into the tower.
Yeah.
Alright, he's going inside. It's pretty dark in here. And Hedge or Hedge, do you want to pull him up to the wall?
No. I'll tell him to just uh hold on to the heads and keep an eye out.
Okay. So as Trent is going into the tower, what are the rest of you doing?
Gonna keep
I'll
guard.
follow behind him with a spear.
Okay.
I'll keep guard and observe the tower with my bow just in case. I'll move into close range too for a short bow.
Alright, how close to of the tower do you want to be?
Enough for it to get short range bonus.
There's many distances you can choose. It's gonna be 10, 20, 30,
I'll be 30.
30. Okay. And Martin, what are you doing?
sorry. My Discord's looking up. Treating the dwarf.
Okay. You take care of the dwarf who stays with you and Cadmos. So three of you wait outside. Angelio is 30 feet from the tower, watching with his bow and arrow. Talis and Trent are going inside the tower. The tower is dimly lit by the arrow slits in the southern wall. There's an exit off to the east, leading to the gatehouse, you think. There's a ladder in the middle that goes up to the top of the tower, and the other part of the ladder goes down below the tower. Inside, you can see there's some rubble toward the south. You'll see some ammunition spread out along the south wall, mostly just bundles of arrows. And that's pretty much it.
No. Do I see any form that I can use to get up on top of the tower? Or is there no
There's a
like
ladder.
staircase or anything? There's a ladder?
Yes, like I mentioned that like halfway through.
Okay, sorry. I guess I tell Trent we should get up there and kill him.
Okay.
And also, hmm, can I sense anything around?
Can you do it? Sense?
Yeah,
You want to listen?
smell. I want to see if I can smell like a fire or something.
It smells like sweat in here. It smells like dust. You do not smell a fire nearby.
Okay.
You can kind of smell food though toward the ladder. Like you can smell meat, like a meaty smell, a sweaty and meaty smell, like cooked pork almost. It's sort of southeast toward the tower.
Like above or just?
You just smell it toward the southeast. You don't know if it's coming from above or the bottom, naturally.
Okay. I guess yeah. I told Trent that. Hmm. I tell Trent to get up there, and I tell him I'll follow behind you so that we can finish off this like last orc.
Trent's uncertain. He's not sure if he wants to go up there first. He doesn't have a shield.
Okay. I ask him, can you heal our wounded men?
shakes his head. Healed him. What do you mean? Like, wrapped him in bandages. I did not bring any bandages with me.
But do you have any spell that can heal them?
A spell? No, I cannot cast any spells.
Okay. I guess. Hmm. I guess I'll I'll pick up a piece of rubble and I'll throw it up towards the ladder to see if I can get him to poke out his head.
Alright, you throw it at the ladder or what? Where do you throw it?
Like above the, not at the ladder, like near the ladder where the entrance is. To basically kick up some noise.
What entrance? Like, the way it goes up or the way it goes down?
The way it goes up.
So the hole in the ceiling. Alright.
Yeah.
The
Did
ceiling
I
is.
already finish? Did I already finish treating the dwarf?
Yes.
Let me take the rope and throw it at the tower.
Okay, so you're west of the tower. Do you want to move to
Yep.
the base of the tower and throw it up or something else?
Yeah, let's move to the base of the tower and just throw it up.
Alright, so you're still in the battlement. It's only about 10 feet from the battlement, the top of the tower. You want to throw the grappling hook up there?
Yep.
Okay, so
And tell the cleric to start climbing with me. We both gonna climb.
alright, so Martin, you're not with him. Okay, they're inside the tower. You're on the battlement. You approach the tower. You throw your rope onto the wall, and as you're doing that, um, you call to Trent. You're like, Trent, get out there, right? And Trent is making his way toward you. Tallies, what do you do?
I start knocking on the ladder. And pretend that I'm going up it.
Alright, starts hitting the ladder
Like start making noise and shit.
on the steps. Okay, sure. And then Angelio, what are you doing?
He's gonna keep his bow readied.
Okay, you're from the west. You keep watching. You see the monster pokes his head out, and Trent comes on out to see you. You have secured the rope or the hook onto the top of the tower. You want to start climbing?
He's gonna climb the ladder. I'm gonna climb the rope.
Alright, you go tell Trent to go climb the ladder. Trent goes back inside, and when he gets there, Tallis is hitting the ladder, right, making some noise. And you start to climb the rope, Martin. You're light, and you should not be able to break the rope or the hook from its leverage. But as you're climbing up, suddenly, Angelio, you see the monster get up and try to remove the hook as Martin is climbing. At that point, Angelio, you're able to open fire.
Hmm.
Here's your roll.
Hopefully, he can get an arrow in his throat before he does that.
You missed. And then he grabs
Ah,
the hook and tries to throw it off. He'll make a force door check to get the hook off. Alright, his first attempt, he failed. The hook is stuck, right, on the Merlon. And per round, the halfling veteran Martin can climb the rope 10% of his movement rate. He's heavy, so he can
L-
only
Let,
climb one
let,
foot per round on the rope.
let me stay there and just act like I'm kind of scared as the cleric is climbing the ladder.
Okay, so you're just kind of distracting. And Trent goes to the ladder and starts to climb it, right? So as Trent is climbing the ladder, the monster is still kind of trying to pull the hook off the Merlon, right? So let's see. But while he's doing that, you take another shot, Angelio. His
mm-hmm.
next shot, you missed again, 4. And
Oh
the
boy.
next attempt fails. He still cannot pull the hook off the Merlon. At that point, Trent has made his way onto the tower. Um, he is afraid to fight, right, because he had no shield on his way up. But you, of course, distracted the monster. So when Trent got up there with his, he had to use one hand to climb and one hand held onto a spear. But when he got up there, he took the spear in two hands and rushed the monster. As he closed the distance of the monster turned around to equip its weapon. But as it turned around to equip its weapon, Angelio is able to shoot again, right? Because the monster is
Mm.
standing. The monster
Do
has
I get a
cover though.
bonus? Oh.
Keep that in mind. It's not just out in the open, ready to get killed.
Mm.
If you're a monster, you would not like that either. So, all right, you missed again. So,
Alright, what that
then of
was
course,
3 arrows? Three
minus
mark
3 arrows
those.
total. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm jump down the rope and start climbing the ladder as Kiri's just standing there watching.
Talis, do you want to
I'm.
go up too?
Huh?
Talis, what do you want to do?
I wanna climb up the ladder. I'm already next to it.
Okay. So you're going up. Martin's making his way toward you, and the cleric Trent is on his own. As the monster draws his weapon, Trent, of course, stabs at it with his spear, rolling a miss. The monster equips his weapon. By the time, and at this point, Martin, you're maybe about to get up, or no, and Talis, you're the next one to climb up. You're maybe halfway up the ladder, carefully climbing it to the top, and then at that point, the monster is able to attack back against Trent. Here's the initiative. So you're getting up there, but Trent is still fighting on his own. So 3 for Trent, 2 for the monster. Trent has initiative. Scores a miss. The monster scores a hit against Trent. Trent takes 3. The monster has no shield right now, so it's and the weapon of the monster is a uh, it had a bow, so or not a bow. It had a spear up here, so it is a spear in 2 hands. It deals 4 damage to Trent. Trent has 5 hit points. He's down to 1. It's enough to kill 2 normal men, but Trent is strong. And at that point, of course, Talis got up here. Talis, you equip your spear, right?
Yep. And stab at the orc
All right. So
with
you
them.
have your spear in your hand already. So you stab at the monster with your spear this next round. And as you're stabbing, of course, Martin is climbing, and Trent is still fighting too. And Angelio, you cannot see the monster anymore. They moved further east, away from the edge of the
Mm.
Merlon, or the you know the edge of the wall where you can see it. So now it's in the melee against the others, and here we go, initiative again. This time it's against 1v2, right? Orc versus Talis and Trent. Okay, so party got a 6, monster got a 3, party wins. Trent scores a 14, hits. With a spear he deals 2 damage, and it is not enough to kill it.
Is he two-handing it?
He is, so 3 damage. He has a -1 though from his strength, so 2 damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then here comes Talis' attack with the spear, scoring a 17. Talis, what's your strength?
I believe it's normal.
Okay, you deal 1 damage, and then the monster counters the attack, scoring a miss. And then of course by now, Martin's up here too. Okay, Angelio, you cannot see him anymore. Do you want to run toward the
I
tower?
am I'm two-handing
And
the spear, by the way.
Okay, next round you'll get to
I'll
attack.
yeah, I'll move towards the tower. I'll swap out bow for spear.
Alright, in the next round, now Martin's here, so melee again, but Martin has first strike because he has 2 attacks. But initiative still, party is 4, monster is 4, simultaneous. So before the normal melee, Martin gets a stab in with
Half,
his spear.
half, Martin gets 2 because +1 initiative.
Yes, I already said that. So here's your attack. So, miss. Alright, and then during the simultaneous initiative,
No, I should get a second before because I have +1 initiative. No?
individual initiative for duels and
Yeah.
such. There's not an individual, there's a party initiative. So,
Oh, okay.
alright, but we'll still roll you first. Here we go. Martin, second attack, scores a 14. It's a hit. You deal 2 damage to it. It's still
3.
alive. 3?
Two-handing
Two
the spear.
hands.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still alive. Barely. As you stab it with your second attack, here comes Trent's attack. It's a miss. Here's Tally's. 13 hits. Together, Tally's and Martin hit it this round for 1 damage. An extra 1 damage. It's gonna be a kill, but it was simultaneous. So as the monster is getting killed, he still has a chance to hit. He goes for Tally's this time. 14 is a hit against Tally's. Tally's takes
-1
6
because of
damage. Minus 1
daytime.
because of daylight. But
I have armor,
you?
don't
Okay.
I?
What armor do you have, Tally's?
Yeah. I have heavy gambeson and masterwork helmet.
That's 4, minus 4, so it's total armor class of 5. The monster scored a 13. It missed you by 1 point. If you were hit, you would have died, but you survived. Okay. Good thing you had the armor on. Good thing there's some daylight on the top of the tower. And it missed you, but barely. You're barely able to push it off of you, right?
Okay.
It's like, almost got you, but you barely parry and push the spear away. And then, of course, in the next round, Martin was running. Martin, you're still making, or not Martin, Angelo, you're running toward the tower. You're every round. I think are you heavy or medium? I think you're heavy, right?
I
Pretty sure.
have, let's see, clothes. I'm only wearing a gambeson and a helmet.
You have a
My
lot of
load
equipment though.
is, hang on, let me calculate real quick. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. I'll just say heavy.
Okay, every round you're moving
Make
10
it
feet,
simpler.
10 to 15 feet. We'll say you're like medium heavy, because we're not certain. So the walls, you were to the west, so you were about 40 feet from the tower. So it takes you about 2 rounds,
I was
or
30 for
30,
the.
30. So it
Mhm.
takes you 3 rounds to get to the tower entrance. Then it will take you 1 round to get to the ladder. Then it'll take you about 1 or 2 rounds to climb the ladder.
Yeah, it
So
should be sorted by then.
by then they should already be done, but at least you'll be able to regroup. So here's the next melee, starting with Martin again, but before that, initiative. Party has 2, monster has 2, simultaneous. Martin has first strike, he's the halfling veteran. Spear attack is a 12, missed. Second attack from Martin, 15 hits,
Doesn't he have
damage.
+1?
Oh, the monster's already dead, never mind. It died that
Yep.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Alright, the
Mhm.
fighting is
I'm
over
like,
by the
oh
time.
wait, there's another monster.
Nope, nope, it's dead. Alright, the fighting's over,
Okay.
and most of us are pretty badly wounded now. Even Trent. But the adventurers are fine. I don't think any adventurers are badly wounded. Just the one who died.
Bart died.
Alright.
Yeah.
And Dwarf lost his hand.
Yeah. So from here, you've
I
killed the last of the monsters. Alright.
cut off the head.
Cut off
Check
his
the
head.
body.
It's about almost 1300. So we're gonna wrap things up soon. Probably.
Mhm.
The main entrance is guarded again. Hopefully next week it will not be guarded heavily, or we have a different way to enter. But you kill another, looks like 5 monsters total. You get their heads, you get their loot. I'll just quickly wrap it up. You kind of take its money, take their heads. Total money came to be um, 250 coppers collectively. And you got 5 heads total. Is there anything else you want to do with the towers or the wall before we head out?
I grabbed that ammunition.
I take a.
It's
Yeah,
bad
I was
ammo.
gonna say that exact thing.
It's
So there's
what?
arrows, but they have no fletchings. They're broken arrows.
I can still get them repaired, right?
You could just add fletchings, I suppose.
Hmm. I'll just take, how many are there?
There's a total of 14 broken arrows.
I'll take, I'll take 5.
How many did you fire this whole match?
5.
Okay. So just take 5 to replace. You have 5 broken
Because
arrows then.
he shot, magic missile, shot, and then he shot 3 times and missed.
Okay.
All of my arrows were a miss. Not quite the ranger.
Alright, you have 5 broken arrows. And then Anyone else want broken arrows? Okay. All right.
Mm-mm.
Are we good for the
Can we
loot?
take,
You guys ready to
How
head
many
back?
is
take
the?
the orc weapons?
There's 3 spears and 2 axes, hand axes. They're
Sure.
all rusty.
We'll go and take them that we can repair them.
Okay. So you take all of them. You can sell them or keep them.
Mm.
Who's gonna carry the broken spears? Each one weighs 5 pounds.
We can just like, will they snap if we drop them over the wall?
No.
Yeah. He'll just tell the torchbearer to watch out, and then he'll just drop them down.
Okay. Load them to the cart.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that everything we want to do here this week?
Yes.
The entry was cleared again. All right. You clear the entry with a small band. Hopefully next week the entry won't be guarded again, but probably will get replaced pretty easily unless we push even further. Imagine it's like a war.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you go to war, if you only take a little, they will take a little back, right? You have to push really
Mm-hmm.
hard in order to like
Yeah.
permanently clear an area. So
How
we'll see
fast are
what.
they making these guys? Like,
I mean, they can reinforce them, right? Monsters are from
yeah.
hell, so every week more reinforcements will come to join the battle. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Oh.
Um, let's try to make our way back to the village. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're heading back to the village.
Okay. So make our way down from the wall and marching all the way to the village.
Mm-hmm.
On the way home, 1 to 6 chance for monsters, and then percent
Oh
roll for
boy.
orcs. Safe and
Camera's
safe.
messing up.
Alright. A safe travel home. Now we can split our treasure. Another week of orc
Mm-hmm.
hunting. This time we actually got to for a stonehold, but we're not get inside. We killed some monsters in the battlement,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went back home. But the
Progress,
main entrance is
progress.
a tough way to get inside, naturally. It's always well defended. Or at least
Mm-hmm.
it always causes enough trouble to not
Yeah.
allow us entry. Let's
Something
see.
about well defended though is with the right party, with a strong enough party, that's technically an unlimited source of
The
uh
best time you guys faced them was when you were able to get on the wall and
getting
shoot the
nowhere.
monsters
Mm-hmm.
dead. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This time we had a lot of wounded characters and a casualty, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
for the cost of
If
5 orcs.
if we're able to bring more higher level characters though, we should be able to kind of farm these guys if they keep bringing these small groups of onto the wall. But
I'm tired as fuck.
yeah, well, I
Yeah.
don't know where Kiri went. Kiri left at the so.
It's not really a profit though, because you're always gaining a little bit and losing men too.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Mm-hmm.
like it's a trade, right? 1 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a really good deal. So you're not
I was,
exactly farming them. As you farm them, you're losing money too. As men die in the process of farming them, then it just like resets the clock.
yeah.
Alright.
We took a risk too sieging the tower, but we were able to. Actually, that was a good call with Martin to send the hook up.
Yeah, that was a good distraction right there. But
Mm-hmm.
it was at the cost of 1 wounded character and 1 dead character. Let's see.
Yep.
To kill 5 of them.
We were able to avenge our dead though, but
Yeah, unfortunate.
the
We
more of
lost some good
them,
ones. Alright.
hopefully we can avenge more than we not we could kill more than we lose. Hopefully
Yep.
it won't always be a trade.
Alright. So for this adventure, profits came to 50 silver for the heads and 25 silvers for the coppers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total of 75 silver profit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the broken spears and hammer hand axes, do you want to sell them or do you want to repair them and keep them?
It's only 1 copper to repair them, right?
No, it's 10% of its value.
Oh, 10% of the value, so it would be the cost.
For the spears, each will cost 3 coppers to repair, and for the axes, same thing, 3 coppers to repair.
And
Total
then
price
we
for
could
repairs is 1.5.
1.5 to repair all of them, and then how
Yep,
much would we make if we
silvers.
sold all of them?
Each will be worth about 1 silver. So it'd be each of them after selling it is gonna be worth 1.5. So it's a total of 1.5 times 5, which is about mm,
7.5.
so 1.5
Yeah,
times 5,
7.5.
and then minus 1.5. So total profit is 6 for
Six. Oh,
repairing and
6 point.
selling.
Okay.
Is that a deal?
You know what? We might actually be able to. We can actually hold on to these to better arm future party members.
But someone has to hold on to them,
Well,
like carry them. So
Yeah,
who's
like
gonna
we can
take
put
it?
them in the cart.
Do you want the money or do you want the weapons?
We'll hold on to the weapons and just keep them in the cart.
So it's under Angelo.
Angela. It'll be like
3
the
spears,
arm
2 axes.
supplier. Arm supplier.
Right.
And then I'll give Helgi. I'll give him some silver. Like for if he wants to pursue a life of an adventure, I'll just give him 1 silver if he
Alright, the
wishes.
repair was 1.5. So did we use Angelio's money to repair it since he's the one keeping them?
Yeah, he's the one keeping them. He'll repair it. So that brings him to 6.2.
You're at 4.7, so now you're at
Oh yeah,
3.2.
yeah, 3.2.
Okay, and
Thank you.
then
Thanks for catching.
what else is there? You said something about your retainer.
He'll give him one. He'll give him 1 silver if he wishes to pursue the life of an adventurer.
Well, you still gotta pay him, so wait, we gotta do payments
Mm-hmm.
first.
He'll
It
have
was
enough.
1 day of adventuring, so from the 75 silvers, we're gonna pay your men their daily wages and their shares, if they earned any. Helge was promised 1 silver for his daily wage.
I'll pay him personally.
Personally or party share?
Personally, because I hired him.
Yeah, but he served the party, so we'll typically take the 1 silver from the 75.
Okay, yeah, we can just yeah.
Okay, so we got 74 profit. Trent's gonna get his daily wage, and his once we do the shares, he'll get a half share, along with the other half share retainers. So, let's see, 1 silver each for all of them so far. And then, of course, there's a total of 3 half shares, one
Uh,
for Trent, one for Matt the Deer, one for Cadmos, and then of course Martin,
But
Tallies,
he's dead,
and
isn't he?
what was that?
The dwarf is dead.
He's not. He just lost his hand.
no, yeah, that's fine.
So oh fuck, never mind. My bad.
Yeah,
Alright.
it was Brad that died,
So,
or
and
Brent.
then are we
Or
still? Do you want to send a half share to Bart's home since he died, or do you want to send a full
oh,
share?
it was Bart. We'll send a
Full share.
yeah full share. He did
Okay.
his job.
All right.
Uh,
Everyone else get the full share, right? Merlin,
we'll
or
give.
sorry, Martin,
Uh,
Tallies, and Angelio.
Yeah, Kiri
Yeah.
was Kiri left like towards the end, but we were already done with the adventure, so
Yeah. Okay. So total shares is gonna be one, two, three, four, four full shares, and then 3 half shares. So we'll say we'll split into half shares. So in that case, it'll be a full share for these guys. So then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus. So if they all get 1 share, then you all get 2 shares. Let's just do the math like that. So if you all get 2 shares, it's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 shares total. Okay, so 9. So 71 divided by 9. Let's see.
it's an odd number.
Alright, so each normal share, which the retainers get, their half shares, is 7
Mm.
silvers. Each 2 shares, which is 1 full share, is 14. So far, Angelio is going to get 14 silvers. And same with Dallas gets 14 silvers. Martin, 14 silvers.
Give it to John.
Bart, 14 silvers. You'll have to give that to John after this. You have to wait. I'm just going to mark it on this sheet right now. These are my notes. Alright, and then of course, 7 silvers for the retainers that get half shares. Bring them to 8. 8 each. There should be remainders. Okay, so 7 times the 9 is 40 or 63. We had to go to 71. So there should be about 8 extra. Yeah. So 8. No, wait, that's not right. Let's see. So we had 71 divided by 9. 7. Yeah, so there's 7. So there's one extra half share. That one extra. Or no, there shouldn't be. So 7, 7, 7. Yeah, so then. In that case, 7 times 3 plus 14 times 4. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, I did it kind of wrong. 1 second. Alright, so if the retainers get 1 share, and everyone else gets 2 shares, Martin, Bart, Talis, and Angelo, that's 10, or that's 8 plus 3, so it's 11. It's actually 71 divided by 11. So 71 divided by 11, the half shares are 6, so that means retainers get 7. Adventure retainers get 7 total. Everyone else gets 12. Let's see. So 12, 12, 12, 12. That's 48. 48 plus 18 is 66. And then the remaining silver to 71 is going to be 5. The last 5 can go back to the full share members. So
Can
that
I,
means
Boomer? Would you mind if I take 3? I'm missing that
Uh,
from mail armor.
for what?
Mail armor.
Go ahead, man.
Thank you.
alright, so then instead Martin will take 3
15.
of it. So then he has
I'll
15
take the
take
total.
leftover too.
you will take the leftovers. Okay, so the third so
Mm,
from 12 it goes to because it's only 5 left over. So he took 3 of the
yeah.
5. So that's going to be 15 for him total.
Mm,
And then Tally you took the other 2. Or no, sorry,
mm,
Angelio. You take the other 2.
mm,
So you get 14.
yep.
Okay, so 14 for you, 12 for Tally's, 12 for Bart, 15 for Martin, 7 for the Adventure Retainers, and 1 for Helge. And you want to offer Helge a bonus?
Yeah, I was gonna offer him. Well, what is Helge's stats?
You don't really, or you're not supposed to even know it.
Okay, or not. I'm not knowing his stats, but like, can I get a basis like on how strong he is, how smart he is? Like, I could just ask him compared to the average man.
Sure. I don't, I don't really care. Helge is strong, so he's probably gonna be a fighter.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna head out.
Alright,
Just
have a good night.
can you give those
Mhm.
yeah, can you give those 15 silvers to John, please?
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Good night.
good night.
And is he
Alright,
gonna pursue a career in adventuring though?
maybe. You have to ask him next week. Right.
Okay.
So do you still want to offer him the bonus or no?
Yeah, I'll offer him the bonus. I'll give him just the. I'll give him 1 just to get him started as an adventurer.
Okay.
You know, life's too short to make enemies.
Exactly. Alright. So that'll be it for
It's
tonight.
even.
Have a good
It's
night, man.
even shorter if you do.
Oh
You
yeah.
have a good night. Is there gonna be another session?
There might be around. Or actually, I have somewhere to go tonight. It's like a gathering, Halloween like party thing. So for my shop. So probably not tonight, but tomorrow. So
All right. I'll
around the
see you
same
around.
time.
You have a,
Have a good night.
you have a good time.